Hi, chat. Hello, hello. Sorry, I was typing an email. So I was a little bit slow. But hello. Torin, thank you so much for the 21-month resub. That is such a long time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Back on the internet. Let's go. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the 21-month resub. Please enjoy all of your subby perks for a whole month more. Loving all the sound alerts. It's always so fun. I know. Seuss is back. She's discovered this chair. She's literally been here the entire day. I love it so much. All the sound alerts. Amazing. But yeah, Seuss has really discovered this chair. One might think that I bought a reading chair, but I actually bought a chair for my cat. We're not even, no, you guys are neatly waiting for each other. I'm surprised. I am surprised. But how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are all doing well. I was jealous of Scott. I wanted to have work breaks and just sit with the cats. I know. I know. He's very lucky. He was literally saying that earlier, that he's very lucky to live in a house with 2 cats. And I was like, I know. Ooh, your microwave is cooking rice. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I also had rice. We had very nice rice burritos and it was super delicious. It had a lot of garlic, which I like. It was very, very nice. Finally had an okay day at work and I'm happy about that. I am so happy to hear that. Oh, you. Oh my God. You make me want to have roti as well. Oh, that sounds very delicious. Oh, I love a good roti. I haven't had that in quite a while. Gugu, thank you so much for the 210 stream streak. That is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Roti is a Suriname dish which comes with well, roti is basically it's sort of like flatbread pancake vibes, but different, very different. But that's the closest I can sort of combine it with. That's actually the actual thing called roti. However, usually when we're talking about roti, it's referring to a full dish, which comes with a combination of usually chicken, but you can also have it vegetarian. Chicken, potatoes, basically seasoned in curry spices, I guess is the best way to explain it. Although curry spices is not really a thing, but I guess, yeah. Yeah, veggies, potatoes, traditionally meat, but you had the veggie variant and an egg. Yeah, and the traditional veggies that go with it are called kousenband, which is a specific type of green bean. I think the actual name is a long green bean in English. I looked it up once. It's not really masala, no, because it's also like masala is Indian, and this is not an Indian dish. So it's like one of the actual herbs in it is curry, but like that doesn't really exist. That's not actually like it's not a herb. Like it's a herb mix that we very often use, but technically it's not really a thing. And I don't know how to explain it unless you know what I mean. Also, Liquor, thank you so much for the 31 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And also on freaking tier 3. That is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks, including all the tier 2 and tier 3 emotes. The stuff I put away today during co-working has made me much more comfortable in my apartment now. 15 minutes of tidying can help a lot. Yeah. Like, it is surprising how much you can actually do. Yeah, true, Yul. Very true. Although I feel like masala generally does refer to a mix of spices that is used in the Indian kitchen. I don't know if you would, like, refer to like the herbs used in roti as masala. Now I'm actually curious. Like, if you make they do actually refer to it as masala. Interesting. Which makes sense because it's actually obviously Suriname Hindu. So it's a blended kitchen. But it usually is made of curcuma, cumin. Um, it has cilantro, although it's the seeds, so it's a lot like it's the dried seeds. Um, okay, I'm trying to. What is fenugreek? What is that in English? Fenugreek? Never heard of the English word. And mustard seed. That's the general combination. Although I would say that depending on which mix you get, there is usually yeah. But I have no idea what fenugreek is. As in, I've never heard that word in English. I know the word Dutch word, so obviously I know what it is, but like I've never heard the English translation. So I couldn't confirm if that's the right one, but I'm assuming, considering it sounds relatively similar, it's probably that. Um but usually it like I feel like these spice mixes contain a little bit of cinnamon as well. Fenugreek, I get that. Just spent 2.5 hours doing paperwork to change your license plates. Oh my goodness. 2.5 hours? That sounds horrible for one thing. I'm sorry. I wish you a peaceful evening and relaxing times. Mixed herbs. That's what yeah, no, but that actually makes a lot of sense. Um but yeah. I always forget that there's so many fusion kitchens where we live. Like Chinese, Indonesian food is also super common. Um Chinese Suriname food is super common. We have like a lot of fused kitchens. And then they have like resulted in very specific recipes that are like there like a couple of examples that I feel like are very interesting. Like roti is I think a good example is you can get it outside of the Netherlands. It's not like it doesn't exist, but here it is like easy to get. Every city has a place or multiple places where you can get it. Whereas I feel like with a lot of other places, like you have to search for it a bit more. But the same kind of goes for, ironically enough, afhaal Chinees, which basically translates to takeout Chinese place. But like the typical takeout Chinese that we get here, you can't get anywhere else. Like it weirdly enough became sort of like a subculture on its own where it's not Dutch, but it's also not Dutch, if that makes any sense. Franz Bauer showing his local afhaal menu in China and saying, I want this. That's actually so funny. Why am I not surprised that he would do that? But yeah, it like to me it is very interesting to see how certain kitchens have fused to have like a sub genre. What? Any thoughts on it's AI, so it's trash. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Uh both is bad. That's my thoughts on it. Let's use water on humans, not on data centers. And let's keep art where art belongs, not in stolen data sets. And let's use our human brains instead of computer brains for stuff that we actually, we humans can actually do. Yes. So the UK, you know the reason for that, Esther? Colonialism. It's very much like these fusion kitchens very much stem from colonialism, which obviously the UK also had quite some colonies, and the Netherlands too, which also very much influenced the trading routes and how spices and herbs were traded. So in that sense, there is like a very reasonable explanations as to how these specific fusion kitchens came to be and why there is quite an overlap between the UK and the Netherlands in terms of what fusion kitchens we have. But it's very interesting to see the result of it because it gets to a point where it's like it becomes hard to explain to people where it's like, yeah, it's not really Dutch cuisine, but it's also not really any of the other countries. It's just like a fusion mix that happens to exist here. um, Maybe it's like the tacos we have in Norway, very far from Mexican tacos. It's more like Tex-Mex, I suppose. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Um, Reasonable. Wait, when did I say reasonable? I don't remember. I don't remember in what sentence I said it. Also, thank you for the follow earlier. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Um, but yeah, it is interesting to like the thing is I would never refer to it as Dutch cuisine. Even though afhaalschinees specifically, like there's recipes you can't get outside of the Netherlands, but I would never refer to it as Dutch cuisine. Dutch cuisine is stampot. Um but yeah, it is very like for example, this is something that I definitely see, like with Scott and him making like family recipes. Um there is recipes that his family makes that literally stem from the colonial time where the Netherlands was occupying Indonesia. So it's not an Indonesian dish. Like if you go to Indonesia, you can actually not get it. It doesn't exist there. However, I would never call something like gado gado Dutch because it's not. It's Indies or Indo. Yeah, but it's a very specific subtype of fusion cuisine. It's not like, oh, the Dutchies decided to fuse their kitchen with like something Asian. It stems from a very specific historical time. Um, oh, gotta gotta was so good. Scott's gonna make it next week, and I'm very excited for it. But like, I would never describe that as being a Dutch dish, but it's also not Indonesian. Um, well, it's not, Yul. I mean, it specifically comes from the time. It's not Indonesian. It's Indo, which is a different subculture. Which to me also, I had to learn this. Like I really had to be explained how that's different, but it's not considered Indonesian. Um, like that is different. That's a different culture. And the weird thing is that Indo culture doesn't necessarily have a home country because it stems from a very specific time. So it has a time frame where it comes from. But it's neither Indonesian nor Dutch. But it is a subculture. But it's like it's not Indonesian. Like Indonesians wouldn't make it. Which is why it's confusing. And it's also not like Indonesians made it and then Indonesians moved here and then it changed. No, it genuinely stems from two kitchens merging during a specific time frame. Um, we Dutch people have boiled potatoes, veggies, and a piece of meat. Yep. Aardappels, vlees, groenten. AVG'tje. And then sometimes we eat it separately, and sometimes we mash it together and we call it stampot. And it is lacking of any herbs and spices. It sometimes doesn't even have salt. Again, in that sense, we are also very similar to Brits. I remember being in the UK and like hearing people joke about this so specifically. I was like, yeah, we have that too. I guess we're similar. What does my mom's cooking have to do with this? Oh, I thought I just introduced it to chat. Did you not like it? Also, hi, Senator. Welcome in. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Scott is trying to get Toot to come in. And it worked. Hey, Toot. Hey, Toot. Yeah. She's here to scream. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Don't make it. It's so good. We were talking about Gado Gado. About how it's really good and that you're going to make it. And also how about it's an interesting like fusion kitchen that is hard to explain because it's like it's not Dutch, but also it's not Indonesian. Because like Indo more, right? Is that actually Indonesian? Even Scott is not sure. His answer is it was formally written down during the colonial times, but there's no evidence whether they were eating it before or not. And apparently, the peanut sauce was only added later. So they originally made it with other sauce. Are they eating it now? Like in Indonesia, would they still eat? They would still eat it. But there's also dishes that you make from your family recipes that they don't make. Frikandel pan. That's a good example. Where like it stems from that time, but it's not made in Indonesia, but it's also not Dutch. Yeah, but still. Risoles, another good one. What sauce? Do you know what they added before? They added peanut sauce? Oh, apparently he knows someone who knows, but he doesn't know himself. So we don't have the answer right now. It was also a sauce based on nuts, but who knows? These nuts. Also, strawberry sauce. Welcome, and it's very nice to have you. Hello, hello. I hope you're doing so well. Strawberry sauce. Ew. No, that's disgusting. You cannot say that. Why would you put strawberry sauce? Hold on. I see a question from Esther in Mod's chat, but now I actually want to answer it because I feel like it's a question more people might have. If people are subbed on your channel, paid, so no Prime, but don't actively resub in stream, do they still pay? But do still pay either one? Yeah. No. They get their plussy points. Basically, just the day that their resub reactivates, it counts. Abby, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome in. Anyone from my side, go drop your bum on that follow button right now. Thank you for coming over. My cat is here to say hello to you guys as well. How was your stream? I see you're playing some Minecraft as well. What were you doing today? I would love to hear it. We are just starting upstream, and we're also going to play some Minecraft later. We're going to work on a big, well, not big. It's actually not a big area, but we're working on a town square on my starter island or in my starter base. So if you guys want to hang out, you're very welcome to do so. For anyone who's new, my name is Rosanna or Ro. I use she, her pronouns, and on the channel we do co-working, gaming, and a sprinkle of IRL. My cats and I are twins. I actually used photos of her when I went to the hairdresser to ask for this hair color, and that's not even a joke. I literally was like, do you see the dark parts in her fur? That's the color I like. You made a little farm and did some adventuring to find some melon and coca. Let's go. Are you still early game? Considering that you're finding those resources, or just you haven't found them before? Because I actually sometimes have this where I'm like, I've played in my world for hours, literal hundreds of hours at this point, and I just don't have a resource because I never took it. Oh yeah, the story about the Bobby Pongong with mayo is is that what you were saying, Dina? Oh, Fuyong Hai with mayo. That was the thing. Oh no, horrible. On day 300 or something, it's pretty heavily modded, and you hadn't found a jungle. That's so fair, especially if you play with additional biomes. That is like, it can take forever to find certain biomes. So I totally get it. And we get absolutely nothing done. I do not relate to this. What do you mean being on a server with friends and getting nothing done? Wait, what, Esther? You like those? I mean, I like them too. But also don't have a proper mine yet because I've been surviving on surface ore. That is so valid because who likes mining? We love Minecraft, but who likes mining? There's mobs in the mines. Yeah. I mean, I like mining as long as I don't have to go into a cave. Mining is fine. Caving is not. I think that's an important distinction. I don't mind mining as long as I don't go into a dark cave where like creepers just creep up on me. Is taking the whole box home too. You know what is even better? When you go visit your family-in-law and they've made fresh ones. That's when I feel very spoiled. And that's also when I overeat. because everything's so delicious. You like mining and caving, really? I enjoy caving. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. I don't mind caving as much now that I'm like in fully enchanted diamond armor and have good tools. But going caving to get your first iron is just horrible. Then it's way better to just look for surface iron before you get like at least a good set of armor. And then I just go strip mining until I have diamonds, and then maybe I'll consider caving. But still, I haven't probably I don't think I've actually been caving in my forever world. I'm 500 days in. I know going caving in a new save file is scary. Also, Abby, and anyone who came with that raid, of course, if you guys need to go raid and run, raid and rest, please make sure to do so, of course. You're very welcome to hang out, but you just had a stream. Boef, je bent echt afleidend. Ja, je mag er wel bij zitten, maar de hele tijd zo om me heen dralen kan ik echt niet tegen. He doesn't have to go, but like he's literally continuously in my peripheral view. I cannot do. Oh my goodness. And he's also like continuously trying to get Toot to do something on the dead. I'm just trying to read chat. I'm trying to. Listen, I have ADHD. I cannot deal. How many subs to have Scott just be an NPC in the background for the rest of stream? His answer is, I'm just gonna do things later. He has a life, you know. Doesn't seem like it right now, but he does. Scott, that's 2.5 hours, just for your information, Esther says. Oh, wait, Scott is not a side character? No, he's not an NPC. He actually has a main storyline quest and stuff. Mm-hmm. Tonight, the main storyline quest consists of yoga and working on an essay and probably watching an the Brazil Dynasty Age of Empire tournament finale. Or if he doesn't want to start the finale today because it's a little late, he might watch some low elo legends. Potentially. He said maybe. What goal can we get Scott to play Minecraft? Yeah, his answer is that is literally the most boring content ever. I do nothing. He doesn't, he said, I can't build pretty stuff and I also don't have exciting adventures. So that's why I write. That's why he writes. We can do it with crowd control. Then chat can control your game. Yeah, so I think his answer is no. Writing stream with Scott. I've been trying to get him to do a writing stream, but you know what it is? Like I've been saying to him, you can do your own co-working stream. But then he needs to make a Twitch account, which at this point is almost becoming he's like making a point of not having a Twitch account. So yeah. If you do a co-working stream, you can just mute yourself and then you can yap all you want, but chat's not gonna hear you. You take breaks and then you yap in breaks and then during co-working time you work. I love how you're like, as if you just understood the concept of a co-working stream. He says, you're always yapping. No, I'm not. He says he's not disciplined enough. He just realized that he was actually on his way to grab a glass of water. Everything he was doing here was him being distracted and for. Oh, you told me a whole lot of things, but you didn't tell me you were going to the supermarket to get bubble water. But bottle water. But good luck. But it's good that he actually informed me of the thing that he was going to do. Uh, I know, Esther. I know. Loop jij zo gewoon de deur uit? En loop jij gewoon zo de deur uit? En dan weet ik niet waar jij bent. Nou, ik ken echt niet. Maar dankjewel voor het zeggen, hè? Well, one of us is diagnosed, Mim. I don't know about the actual situation. Imagine in a few years TwitchCon comes back to Rotterdam and you both are on the venue. That'd be so hilarious. That'd be so funny. Never gonna happen, but would be so funny. Tabby there now. Exactly. Anyways, it's the ads are running, which means that actually I'm gonna start up my game. This is potentially one of the most chaotic stream starts ever. Really in your head, right? I know. That's what, when you said it this morning, I was like, I literally made this on Thursday last week. Oh, I think TwitchCon is not coming back to Rotterdam. That part for sure. But I think also the first part, because I don't think he's ever going to do it. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Because if he wanted to, he would have, you know? And he doesn't want to. I think he's never going to say that out loud because he doesn't want to offend anyone. He's fine with like occasionally joining my streams, but I don't think he's ever going to stream himself nor make a Twitch account. At this point, it's genuinely a thing. He just doesn't have it. He has a girlfriend with a Twitch account. That's enough. We have doctor's appointment tomorrow to see how much he weighs. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That is very exciting. Forbid him from streaming. That'll learn. Yeah. If I say you were not allowed to do this. Is your husband allowed to stream? Well, mine is. Oh, damn, Rose. Let's go. Holy shit, that's quite far in. You're doing so well. Exactly, Molly. No, the thing is, I think he's intrigued with the concept of streaming, but I don't think he wants to do it. He has too many other things that he wants to do and that he's doing in life. Also, Esther, I just realized, I don't know if I actually answered your question properly to a degree that other people also understood the question. But Esther asked me if people subscribe to this channel, like not a Prime sub, but actual sub, but they don't share their resub in chat, if they still count towards the Partner Plus points. They do. So you don't have to share your resub in chat for it to count. Basically, the day that your subscription renews, it will just count towards the points. So it will just automatically be added. If you share them in chat, there's a little bit of a delay for the widget to update. That's the same with, like, basically at the end of the day, the widget will update with all of the subs that were actually happening on that day but didn't get shared. So just in case you were wondering about that, and you wanted to know if you subscribe and you don't share it in chat, if it still counts towards the goals, it actually does. Sorry, what? Oh, you would be interested of a normie. I mean, to be fair, I potentially might be working with Secret Lab as well. However, I did very much purchase this chair. I love it. But my general opinion with chairs is it is a very personal thing. A chair that can be great for one person can be horrible for the next. It very much depends on how tall you are, the build of your body, the needs of your body, the rest of your setup. So I can say I love this chair, But then when you get this chair, you might absolutely hate it because it doesn't fit your body type. For me, there's a couple of things that make this chair great. The first one is that the seating is actually very sturdy. It's not very cushiony, which helps me a lot to sit better and like sit more straight. This is actually not the fractal chair, Esther. Just to prevent misinformation, this is a secret lab. I also have a fractal chair, although it's downstairs. The fractal chair, for example, is a great example of a chair that is actually a really good chair, but the seating is slightly curved, which for my hips is not good. As in, I can sit in that chair comfortably for about 4 to 5 hours, but after that, my hips, like specifically my SI joint, starts to hurt really badly, which has nothing to do with the chair. That is literally just because I have very wide hips and I'm hypermobile, so they already tend to fall outside, which is something that with this chair, because it has a very wide seating, doesn't happen. But people that have smaller hips or aren't hypermobile might actually have better support from a chair that isn't completely flat. So I find it very hard to give like chair advice because it is such a personal thing. So what I always say to people is if you have the chance to go find someone that has a chair that you can try and just like sit on it for a while, that's the best way for you to go figure out if a chair is going to be fit for you or not. I love mine. Hubby does not. For me, the sitting is good. Very sturdy. For Mr. Nuts, it's too hard. Yeah. Scott also has this chair. He likes it as well. But I've also had like friends sit on this chair for a while and not like it at all. So it is very personal, which is why I always find it really hard to give advice. Like I can tell you about the quality of the chair in the sense of how long it works. I've had this chair I bought it, let me think, January 2022. It's currently obviously well into 2026. The only visual sign of the fact that I've had this chair for like well over 4 years is that in the armrest, there's a little tear in the leather. Like a tiny tear in the leather, that's it. And obviously, because this is gray, the seating is going to stain a little bit just from sweat and stuff like that, or like from putting my feet up on the chair. But you can get the cleaner supply thing to clean it if you wanted to. Other than that, this chair is showing zero signs of wear and tear or use after literally like we're getting close to 5 years. January 2027 is going to be 5 years. So that's actually quite a long lifespan for a chair. Like there's not even a thought in my mind for me to replace this one right now. I would love to try out a crisscross chair at one point. No shoes in bed, but feet up on the chair. Exactly, Esther. You understand. You understand. You can also get stuff for Secret Lab. What do you mean with stuff, Mim? Do you mean replacement parts? I'm thinking of saving up for a secondhand Herman Miller. Yes, I've heard really good things about Herman Miller. Are they super expensive? Secret Labs chairs are not cheap. No. I don't remember the exact price, but I can tell you it's not a cheap chair. It might have gotten cheaper though because this is the Titan Evo 2022, which is obviously 4.5 years old. They need to take a page from Apple's playbook and make chair which are non-maintainable after 3 years or so. Their business model seems to suck. Their products are too durable. I mean, to be fair, I guess if it's not durable enough, people will just not buy the product anymore because it will get bad reviews. Oh yeah. Just in general, I think fake leather is a little bit more prone to wear and tear. Replacement parts and covers. Yes, I actually might want to get a cover at one point. But the Secret Lab ones are also not cheap. The covers itself, but I think I might want a different color because everything in my stream room is so like nice, cozy, warm, and then my chair is like gray. And I will definitely get a replacement part for that's actually what I've been looking into for the armrest because of that tear in the leather. Just because it's annoying me. It's not even that, but you don't even see it, but it's just annoying me personally, so I want to get a replacement. 100%. If you pay that much, you would expect it to actually last. That is very true. Also, I have started up my game, and I just need to make sure that you guys can actually see it because it's currently trying to capture Stardew Valley, which is not what we're playing today. There we go. Also, hi, Dutchie. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. But I'm happy that the answer still helped, even though it was very much an answer of try it out. um, but also have a problem of being just a tiny bit too short for your feet to don't touch the ground. Do you have it already on the lowest setting? I'm assuming yes, but I'm just curious. Or do you have it higher because of your desk? You're doing great. I'm happy to hear that. I'm also doing really good. I'm also doing really good. I had such a lovely weekend. I met up with Mick and Lynn during the weekend. On Saturday, they came over to my house and we had lunch, and then we went book shopping, and I might have accidentally bought 4 new books. Oopsie. I mean, to be fair, I knew I was going to do that. It was a very much planned expense. Because I just wanted to buy books. I was just excited to buy books. And then we had a very lovely dinner, which was also very nice. Oh my god. I just had a realization. How did that happen? I had a lot of llamas here. And the other day I actually had a llama walk here that was just like randomly. And I was like, what is this random llama doing here? And I killed it. And now I think that I realized that what that random llama was from. Yeah, you come with me. Have it on the House Stark edition, and that one is 624. I think mine was probably cheaper, but mine's obviously not a I know that the Stark edition is like sort of a limited edition. But that's actually, I mean, that's expensive. I think mine was probably 550 or something. I think, from the top of my head. That also explains where this random lead came from that I just found. I was already so confused. But this explains so much. But yeah, last time we played, as you can see, we started placing a lot of stone. The edges here are very rough because I'm going to have to figure out where exactly I'm going to end the stone parts. So for now, it's not like really great looking, but we're just going to start filling it in with stone and making sure that the part where I'm like 100% sure that it's going to be part of the... Ooh, that's dark. No. There we go. But like the part where I'm sure it's going to be part of the town hall, the city square. What is that called? Town square. I almost got it right. Like 2 times, half of the word was correct. And then we're going to do decoration, and then we're going to like figure out where exactly, like this, how we're going to connect all these edges. I think maybe even this will all turn to stone as well. But then like have it go up with slabs or something like that. I think that's going to look a lot better, but I'm just going to start with actually figuring out the town square. Yeah, 569. I think that actually makes sense. That sounds like what I about paid for it. So yeah, that is definitely not a cheap chair, but like let's say that I do end up sitting on it for at least another year. Then you know it's gonna be about like 110 per year, which is not cheap. But if you consider that sometimes if you buy a gaming chair that's like 250 and you already have to replace it after I don't know 2 years, I think in that sense it is worth the money. Yeah, it is actually quite expensive. That's what I know, Esther. I looked at it once because I was like, oh, I might want to do like a change of color. And then I saw how expensive it was. And to be fair, considering that it's probably really good quality fabric and stuff, it might be worth it. Also, yeah, we definitely have spawn rate here. Hold on. It might be worth it, but it was just one of those things where I was like, okay, that's not one of those expenses that you kind of just casually make. You really have to, I don't know, that's like an investment. Only tasted the mustard. Oh no. Oh, that's not great. Like I can totally see that work in a sauce if you just add a little bit. for like a specific type of flavor that can be interesting. But if it's too much, if your bolognese starts to taste like mustard, that's not great for sure. Also, I'm probably thinking of actually extending this a little bit because right now I think there is a lot of stone in comparison to the middle part. Although we are going to texture the stone, so maybe it's not that bad actually. I think I might put the fountain in and then texture the stone, and then if I still don't like it, I might start to fan this out further and use like more andesite, more diorite, stuff like that. Because I did mine a lot of it. I can show you what I did on Sunday. I wanted to do a little bit of a brainless task on Sunday morning because I was a bit sleepy. And I knew that on Sunday afternoon I was going to socialize. So I basically recharged my, or like pre-charged my social batteries by not socializing on Sunday morning. So I basically dug out my mine shaft a little further. Because up until this point, I had dug it out to be like a double set of stairs, but it wasn't feeling very spacious. And I want to eventually decorate the entire mine shaft and stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me start digging out a little bit so that we have some more space. And also getting rid of all the weird patches and stuff and make it all just stone. I think eventually I'm going to turn it into something else that is not stone. But for now, at least it is a little bit cleaner. But I got a lot of diorite and a lot of andesite from just digging that out. Also quite some stone. Rosalia, what the heck? Thank you so much. Thank you for the 59 months. That is ridiculously long. Thank you. Please enter all of your subby perks for a whole month more. Also, it is really good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. It's horrible you can't untaste it. I don't want my bolognese to taste like mustard. No, that's so fair. Everyone else is having tomato mozzarella sauce. Oh, and you can't have the tomato mozzarella sauce? And then this sauce is not good. I'm so sorry. That really sucks. That really, really sucks. Thank you for the self-care check-in. Also, sorry, KJ, the bot is not enabled during gameplay streams. If you want to use Super Sweet Bot, feel free to use it in the Discord. But during gaming streams, I have it turned off because it really clogs up my chat. That is so fair, Mim. That is very, very financially responsible. Okay, I want to move this cat. I think the fastest way is actually just to walk a little bit. Come, kitty cat. There you go. You can go sit here. Highlight, welcome in. I just need to make sure that I can go under here. And I don't want the cat to fall down. Because then it's really annoying to get it back up. There we go. We are literally going through this stone so fast. Did I hear a zombie? Yeah, there's a zombie in my iron farm here. So you can hear the zombie because the zombie is right here. We are standing here and the zombie is here chilling in a boat. So if you're near the iron farm, you can always hear a zombie. Which sometimes can be a little stressful because he also shows up on the map and sometimes I'm like, there's a zombie here, but then I realize no, that's just my iron farm. That is just my iron farm. Exactly. Row, row, row your boat. I was so confused for a second. I was like, why is my cat? That is my cat. That is a wild or a stray. And that is another stray. I have so many cat spawns. No, that is so fair, Rose. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sending you good vibes. I'm so happy to hear that, Dutchie. Let's go. Wait, that's really good news. I love that you actually love your new job. Because you probably changed for good reason. But it's extra nice if you then really like your new job. Okay, let's actually go in here and change it out for stone as well. We're going to have to decide how far we go. I've kind of been postponing that decision just a little bit. But I might just go right until here. And then we're going to have to decide how we go. If we make all of this stone as well, though, I think that will eventually be fine. But for now, I don't really know what to do with it. Just invite Thomas for a little while. Your cat problem will be gone. I feel like this needs explanation. Thomas, what do you do with cats in Minecraft? Colleagues are nice. The job is fun. They invited you for a weekend away halfway January to Germany. Wait, that's really cool. That is very exciting. I love that. That is so nice. It's also really nice that it's not just the job, but also that you're saying like the colleagues are nice, because in the end, yeah, a job can be nice, but like if a job is obviously it shouldn't be shit, but like if it's fine and you have really great coworkers, that can still make a job really nice. But if a job is amazing but you have shit coworkers, that's just gonna ruin it. He shoots cats with flaming. You do know they despawn, right? I mean, that's why we have a cat problem, is because they keep spawning because we have a villager trading hall. But they despawn, Thomas. You don't have to shoot them with a bow and arrow. Cannot believe. You kill them once for it. Good for you. Very deserved. Sometimes you try to rescue the cats. Yes. As you should. I can't believe he kills the cat with a flaming bow and arrow. Is also like such a rough, like that is just, that hurts my soul. Is there not like any way that you can just, I don't know, make a building close to the villager trading hall, call it a cat cafe, and every single time a cat spawns, you just put it in there, and then eventually just have a ginormous cat cafe. You know, something like that. Anything. Well, it's instant. Does that make it any better? Can't have a cat. You're allergic to Minecraft cats. I think you should speak to your doctor about that. That's concerning. That doesn't sound very healthy. I rescued one and Thomas was Planties, I'm proud of you for rescuing them, but Thomas, I'm shocked. I can't believe you would do that. Also, we're running out of stone. I have a problem. I think I might just be able to finish this square. But then if we want a detail and we actually need stone to like, I mean, obviously we're going to dig part of it back up again, but still, oh, hold on. I just realized there was a hole here. That's not great. Okay. But I did get stuck with a villager breeder and almost broke it, so I guess that was justified. Okay. But wait, they spawn in the villager breeder. Or... Are you really? Yes, I'm really shocked. Mostly around this sea, so there's no problem. I really can't believe you are actually killing the cats. That is devastating. Can't believe it. I am actually shocked. Okay, hold on. Because this part definitely also needs to be dug out. I'm dead inside now by witnessing all the cat deaths. See, Thomas, you made Yule dead inside as well. You didn't just kill the cats. You killed Yule's soul. That's on you. Also, thank you, Rose. I appreciate it. That is your responsibility. My cat... No, you didn't just say your cat head collection is amazing. That is... I am shocked, okay? This is no. Okay, we do this little bit here too. Hold on. My shovel is too powerful. Also, in case you guys are wondering why I'm leaving this sort of row around it, that's because that's where the gutter needs to go. So I shall be placing the stairs there. In this case, I'm actually not sure if I want to, because I might actually, like I said, turn all of this to stone as well and connect it all the way till up here around my... The thing is, I do really like the petals, the flower petals, but that obviously has to go if we're working with stone around this build. I do think it might be better to make it look all cohesive. So I might eventually still have to go for that. Okay, but now that we have actually all the stone is in, right? No, I'm actually, hold on. I have this part that's still, this needs to be stone as well. And then here I don't exactly know, because I don't know if I want the gutter to go around here, because here it's going up. If we don't do that there, maybe we don't do that here either. Then we can just smoothly connect it. That might actually be nicer. But before we do that, I think I actually might want to start working on the fountain, just so that we get a little bit more idea of scale. You got all your stuff back? Let's go. And something that I definitely want to do is, before we start decorating, is I should really clean this up. Because I have a bunch of shulker boxes with trash now, and that is going to be really annoying me if I need to continue working. Then I can also immediately check if I genuinely ran out of stone. Okay, I don't have that much left, but I guess maybe enough to start decorating and detailing. I guess we can use this. Can we use the smooth stone? I'm curious to see what that's going to look like. But let's actually clean out. That is an empty one. That can go back into my ender chest. And then we have some dirt that can go in here. We have a very random wooden fence pole, which is spruce. I have so much random junk everywhere at this point. Okay, this is actually my box of... I might keep this one for now, because this is actually the structural box for the entire town square. So I think this one is actually still very useful. This one, however, we can definitely clean out. Let's get all of the wooden stuff, which is actually quite a lot. And then we have all of the oak stuff. I think that's it. Dark oak. That's spruce. That's also spruce. Okay. Don't know. I read this sentence completely out of context. Yule, I'd love to be included in your cemetery if you'll have me. That is a very, like, I know we're talking Minecraft. Very normal thing. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I don't know why I thought that was weird, actually. But not the rowhead. No, because that's completely normal, Thomas. Duh. I'm the only one missing. Why am I not in your backyard? I'm actually offended, Yule. Why am I not buried there? See, now I want to be included in the graveyard. Okay, actually, hold on, because these are also going to be really good, like structural bricks or like structural things for the town square. So I might actually... I have clay. I think my clay is upstairs. This is upstairs. This is upstairs. Upstairs. Okay, this all needs to go upstairs. Rose, start up Minecraft 26.2 real quick. I'm sure you can fix this. Yeah, I don't have that really ready to go. But it's good. It's Well, you kind of are. Your head is in there, but your grave is not. Ah, okay. So you actually need to kill me there. Well, we can make that happen sometime. I would like to be included in your graveyard. Oh wait, I was gonna keep this because that's another thing for the build. More wooden things. Let's go. All these spruce things. I have more dark oak. I have mangrove stuff in here. Bunch of stakes. I'm gonna quickly grab this one because that's the box that I'm actually keeping. Because I just realized I found more stuff in here that we can actually put in here as our detailing box. Yeah, so that one can go there. We can fix it in 5 minutes whenever you have time. You think I have a unique accent? Thank you. Also, Kelsey Jade, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I feel like I sound, I don't know, a weird mix of Dutch, English, some American. Okay, that is all iron. That can all go upstairs as well. Yeah, basically all of this. There we go. And then that one can go back into my ender chest. And then I have those leaves that can go here. Quickly sort it. Then I have my dirt. Don't forget. Oh, true. True. How could I almost forget that? Those are dumps. Hexta. Tasting it because I want to, because no one else can. I mean, no, you're not overreacting. I mean, if you don't like something, you get to not like it. Even if no one else is tasting that thing, that doesn't mean you have to like it. Apparently for you, it tastes enough like mustard to not like it. Period. You're not overreacting. I mean, it can be factually true that there isn't a lot of mustard in there, or barely any, but it is enough for you to taste it and not like it, which is, that's like fair enough. That's how it works with taste. Like sometimes you taste, like that's the same with me, is I don't like minced meat because the texture to me is like horrible. Not everyone finds it horrible, but I don't like it. And that's okay. You're allowed to not like something. And if someone makes you feel bad about that, I'm sorry. That's not good on their end. Especially considering that you said that you're very hungry. Like, it's not like you're doing it on purpose. Where am I gonna put a lever? I might just put that in my redstone chest. Actually, do I have any redstone compartments in here? I don't think... Do I have a separate chest for redstone compartments? I have a separate chest for rails. I just don't think I have any redstone compartments ready to go. Which is probably why I... Okay, but for me, it would make sense to put it in redstone. That's where I can find it again. And I have clay. There we go. I mean, something can be in your head and still be true. Because in your head is where your brain is. This is what, like, one of my doctors once told me when it came down to, like, pain and saying, like, oh, but it's all in my head. And she was like, yeah, but what is in your head? What do you think is in between your ears processing everything? So, yeah, it might be in your head because your head works differently than others, and therefore you pick up on that taste more strongly. That doesn't mean it's not real. Or any less valid, for that matter. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. That is okay. You don't have to like something because others do. So you're all good. You're not overreacting at all. Okay, hold on. I was gonna grab stuff for a fountain. And this is actually one of the first times that I might want to look up a little design for a fountain. Not because I don't have any ideas, but mostly because water in Minecraft is really weird. Like water logic and how it flows is very strange. So I might want to look up a design simply so that I can see how they layer things to make sure that my water is going to flow well. Because I just don't understand water logistics in Minecraft. They're very weird. Exactly, Torin, exactly. That is so true. Okay. I'm going to open a couple of things. The thing that I'm seeing here is a texture pack that I know it's a texture pack that I think a lot of people have been using, but to me it looks a little AI-ish. But maybe it is not, and I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because it seems to be a YouTube tutorial on how to build it. But once I show you guys the photo, you guys might realize what I'm talking about with the AI-ish. But I do like the design, so I might actually check it out. I do like this one as well. Hold on. Because I do think I want to do a relatively simple fountain. Because this square is nothing super fancy anyways. Something like this, I think would be really cool. Yes, I agree, Yul. That would be very nice for fountains. I agree. Yeah, exactly, Donut. If you don't like something, you'll taste something more easily. But I really like the design of this. I feel like it's rather simple. The only thing I'm scared of is that this circle might be too big. It might actually encapsulate the entire white part, but maybe that's not necessarily super bad. Then I just have to see if I like the circle around it or if I want to make that better or like bigger. But I think the other one is this one. This one is obviously a lot smaller. So I'm going to have to see if this is too large or if this is going to look weird. And otherwise, we might opt for something like this. I do like the small details in this one where, like, not all of the blocks are stair blocks. So you can actually decorate the outside a little bit. But I don't know if you guys can see what I mean with this texture is looking really AI-ish. And the way the water flows, it's feeling like not real. But it is from someone's YouTube, like, thumbnail. So, and it's like a tutorial, but it's giving AI. That could just be the texture pack that they're using. But I think I might use that first one because I like the simplicity of that one a lot. I do think that's very pretty. The only thing is I don't have frog lights. It looks very cool. I do like it as well. I might actually go somewhere in between the two things where it is a little bit like combined between the two designs. And I am also thinking I probably could use the shroom lights for it, or maybe I should just use glowstone actually. I want to have like a light source in the fountain. I think that might look good. And then in the shulker box that I have here, I have not that many stone blocks actually, or like I might actually quickly go smelt like 3 stacks of cobble just so that I have a little bit of extra stone to work with. Because we're gonna need a lot of stone stairs. I think we're actually gonna need more than 32. So where did I put my... I don't have any rockets. Oh, that's because I think I put them in here by accident. I like stacked up on rockets over the weekend as well. And I think I just put all of them accidentally in here. Because I want to show you guys what I did with my mine shaft as well. It is nothing fancy. Like, please do not expect anything fancy. But this was just a small hole. This was literally like it was literally like this. And I dug it out to have a lot more height in the ceiling and to have this on the sides so that we eventually can start to decorate this. So I want to change the walls into something fancy. We're going to put like beams in here that have like a support going across. Over here, we can put like plant pots and lanterns and stuff like this. I might change some of this as well. Stairs and not bumping into the ceiling is fancy. Okay, but I did have the stairs already. The stairs were there. It was just you were bumping into the ceiling a little bit in certain spots, so I fixed that. I just gave... I might even make the ceiling one higher compared to this, just so that it feels even more spacious. And then I basically got about until this tunnel part. Ooh, we could put a minecart as well. I like that idea. So that we could go up and down by minecart too. Then we can do like both. This is a tunnel that like kind of goes off and then it goes into what used to be, as you can see, what very much used to be amethyst. But yeah, I dug that out. But I kept it open because I was like, maybe I'll need basalt at one point. It kind of looks cool. And then I can just easily access it. And then from here, this is basically where it gets messy because this is also where all the blocks on the side change. And I realized that at this point, I can't continue all that far with the double-sidedness. Like, I can continue on this side. However, on this side, I actually go around the corner. And there's only one. So I can't continue the double-sided. And then I was like, I don't know how to fix this. This is also where I dug out some tuff. I needed some tuff and I dug it out. This is where I took some more. That is also, like, the other stairs had that too. They had, like, these huge sort of caves in the wall that I just dug out because I needed andesite or diorite and stuff like that. And this is my strip mine. This is how I got most of my diamonds. Here you might think, but Ro, I see just one hallway. Do you see my map? Do you see how meticulous I've been with strip mining? It's 100 by 100 block radius, and I've basically just been going exactly perfectly in strip mines all along. Like that. And I've done like half of it. And then I got enough diamonds, and I was like, okay, now I'm fine. But if I ever need more diamonds, I can basically just come back here and continue to strip mine. So I'm treating this as my like main mining location. I have a lot of deep slate. Maybe we should take this and clean this out. I'm just realizing this. Maybe this is my time. Now that I'm here with shulker boxes, because that's the reason I haven't moved this. Is because I've just been too frustrated to actually move all of this. Without shulker boxes, because that would be like so many trips up and down the stairs. But now I can just very easily dump it all in a shulker and then bring the shulker with me. And then finally clean it out. Also, hi, Hollow. Hello, hello. It is good to see you. Yeah, just some tuff. Just a little bit. You know, not too much. Nothing fancy. Okay, I thought I needed 4 shulker boxes. It was actually not that bad. So the empty ones. That one is empty. That one's empty. Okay, that's my building box. That's the stuff that I now need to clean up. But yeah, I started working on making it a little nicer. And I figured I can probably just, I don't know, I could maybe move these stairs and just move them a little bit to the side so I can continue the layout that I was using. Because I do think it looks really nice. If you look at this, like with the double side, and then we could do, indeed, with like a minecart going up on one side and going down on the other. Making me want to play Minecraft. Oh no. Oopsie. And just decorating it and making it look really cool and pretty. And then also on the outside here, we can do like a proper mineshaft entrance. And over here, we can like, I don't know, make a big crane that's maybe loading stuff onto a small boat or something. Like we can make it look really cool. So it's actually, it feels like a proper entrance to a mineshaft. That is eventually the idea. But I just haven't gotten around to that part. But because I needed stone for my build project now, I decided, I was like, you know what? I think this might be a good time for me to go dig out a part of that tunnel. So I did that on Sunday morning. I am not in the right place. My smelter is not here. I don't know why I decided to go here. Because it's in here. Together with my lava farm. Let me actually get my buckets. You know what? I'll leave it there for now because I need to come back to it anyways. There we go. I also realized that it doesn't make any sense to keep my emeralds in here, and I should probably keep my emeralds in my ender chest. Because that makes way more sense. Then they're like always with me. In case I ever need them. Don't know how I didn't realize that before. Okay, and then we can put that in here with that. Just realized that I should probably have waited until I put all my buckets back. Because now I need to grab this again. Okay. Now that can smelt while we start working on things. Also, I am heavily confused. I have 2 beds here, and somehow my villagers managed to breed. I genuinely do not know how that happened. Because that's not supposed to be... If there's not a bed, they're not supposed to make a baby. But maybe my bed over there is close enough. I don't know. Okay, so... Hi, Nymphlora. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Hold on. Huh? I am confused. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not what I want to do. I actually... Hold on. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay. So we're gonna... working with stairs in Minecraft is a whole other frustration. I think we're getting there. By placing the blocks like this. I think I might be cooking. I'm not entirely sure yet. Because now we have a square, which is actually not what I want. But I think this is the right beginning to what I actually do want. Nope. The thing is, I actually don't mind it as much here, now that I'm doing this, because I'm actually on the ground. I hate working with stairs on roofs, because sometimes you physically cannot move to the space where you need to be standing to actually make the shape. Simply because it's just, like, there's no space to stand for you there, which is very confusing. Okay, I actually do like this shape, and I like that it has a subtle white border around it still, and that the inside is also, like, fully white. I think that looks nice. That sort of marks off the thing. And there is actually a middle point, which I also like, because that means I can put... Oh, wait, if I put glowstone in there, obviously we're going to continue to build on it. Okay, so we're not putting the glowstone there. Hold on, I have a better idea. We could put the glowstone in the corners here. I think that might actually look kind of cool. Okay. And then from here, we're going to have to build out. That is the one we need to clean up. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that one too. So I need these two. And just quickly plop them down. I'm also going to sleep because it's a little dark and I don't like building in the dark. This fountain is definitely going to be smaller than the inspo photo that I'm using. It's going to be a fountain. I just said that, but I figured still answer your question. 1, 2, 3. And then have it have like a solid base at the bottom, I think might be nice. There we go. Yeah, the lights are going to be underwater. Exactly. Exactly. And then I think from here we can do the second layer, which at this point I am in fact running out of stone. Right? Very town square like. That's what I was thinking. Doing a fountain. And then I was actually thinking maybe it's not too bad that this seems a little small for the center, because what we could do is around this part do like hedges so that it really becomes sort of like a central part. And then we might even be able to bring back a little bit of greenery, like a small strip with some flowers in it or something around the fountain. I think that could actually be kind of nice. Okay, let's do this for the stairs for now. I think maybe that should be enough. I have my scaffolding here. It is town to city, but just very detailed for one person. You didn't see that. Exactly. Okay, let's go like this then, so that I don't mess that up. And I actually think I want this level. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. Hold on. I'm going to have to go like this because I want that stair to go there. And I want that one to go there. And then we're going to have to figure out the in-between part. Because I kind of want those to connect again. Hold on. But then I guess we need this one here. Oh, this is the part where my brain like... No, it needs to go like this. Hold on. I get it. I get it now. No. I get it now. Place is a wrong block. Costide! Let's go! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you so much for hanging out enough that you got to redeem the sound alert. Please feel free to make a ticket in the Discord so that I can actually set that up for you. But thank you so much for hanging out enough that you got to redeem that. Let's freaking go. Yeah, because this would be... And then the tier above we can make even smaller. Although I do think this needs to be higher up. Sorry, it's too low. It's too close to the other part. That's also okay because I need to get some slabs. How to figure out to make a ticket. If you go to Discord, there is a channel called support. There's just a little button there that says make a ticket. And then when you click it, it will automatically make a channel with a ticket. It is pretty straightforward. I'm sure you got this. Let's actually make 6 because I don't think I need any more. I'm just gonna go like this really quickly. And then go one. How did I fall off again? And then from here on out, we need these ones to go here. And then I need just a temporary filling block. Don't want to talk about it. The amount of times I fall off of things in Minecraft because I just stop holding shift. There we go. That needs to go there. That needs to go there. And then we need those filling stairs that we had earlier. Like this. And then that needs to be a slab as well. Bam. Okay, so I guess that can already be a slab. Okay, so we definitely need more slabs. Lol. Ooh, is it already almost break time? My goodness, it is. In 4.5 minutes, we have ad break. Time really does fly, huh? Oh, I just realized I can't preemptively place the slab here because we need a whole block to make that stair corner. There we go. There we go. And then I can do that one. And then we get rid of that block. There we go. I think this is going to be cool. I think this is already looking pretty neat. Especially if we have like water flowing around it. I think that's going to be very nice. And then we can make one tier higher even. That's a bit smaller. I don't need my rockets because my stone is right in here. I'm just going to quickly grab some more because I definitely need more smooth stone. Can't believe it's almost already break time. Time is really flying today. I'm just Minecrafting. I'm not even doing anything complicated. I'm just chilling. Will you use the new blocks? If I had them, I would. But this is modded Minecraft, so we are at least 6 versions behind or something like that. The newest blocks are also only out on Snap. Or actually, I don't know if the sulfur cubes are already out of Snapshot. But yeah, no, I definitely will not be using the sulfur cubes for quite a while. Sulfur cube is it's 26.1, I think. From the top of my head, we are on like 4 versions before that. So yeah, it will be a little while before we get there. And like I'm currently getting to a point where the mods that I'm using, almost all of them are updated for the next version. I think I should actually be able to go to the version after the one I'm currently using, which is 1.21.1. Easy way to download Minecraft mods, Modrinth is definitely my answer for that. Definitely the best way. Because it helps you keep up with which mods are updated and which are not, which is very, very helpful. Also, we have break coming in 1.5 minutes, so there's a creeper. It says 19 levels below us. Okay, that's not in my basement. For a second, I was like, is there a creeper in my basement here? AT launcher. I've never used AT launcher. I know there's a couple of really nice launchers for Minecraft, but a lot of them don't actually help you keep updated with your mods, which is exactly the part that I struggle with. Yeah, there's a couple that are not updated yet, Rose, and I'm waiting for those because I have like my Forever World is using all those mods, and I don't want to like update. But I think I'm gonna make some time in like a couple of weeks to see what the newest version is I can update to, because I also there's a bunch of things like the craftable string, or not craftable string, sorry, the craftable, what are those things? Where you can leads, that's what I was looking for, or the craftable name tags. I kind of really want those. The tiny takeover update, I think I might be able to update the tiny takeover at this point. Hold on. But yeah, that is even still already quite long ago. Like tiny takeover is already multiple months. But that's okay. Okay, so we have this, and then we go 1, 2, 3. And this one's going to be really small. Okay, the ads are about to start, by the way. So I think I might just stand here and take a break. I'll talk to you guys in 5 minutes. Please make sure to stretch and hydrate and all those good things. And I'll talk to you guys in a little bit, okay? Hi, chat. I'm back. I did a little stretchy, which was very nice. And now I'm ready to build some more. So in this case, I think... Hold on. We're gonna do something silly. But that's how I want to place the stair block. Feels like a very lengthy way to do it. But I guess it works. And then we can place one of those in between. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at me being smart. I hope you guys had a nice break. Your horse got blown up by a creeper. Well, that sucks. That is not great. We don't like that. I'm sorry. Was it a good horse? Were you attached to said horse? I was like, that looks really square. Yeah, duh. That's because it is really square, Ro. I need more stairs. There we go. Best horse, used it once and never looked at it again. That surely sounds like the best horse. I have two of those. They're right there. So I totally know the hardship that you're going through. Because like it's not about the fact that the horse was great. It's about the wasted potential that's there, you know. That horse could have been great. But you didn't even get the chance to use it that much, and then it already died. It also sounds like you is Spoofy there? I keep going back and forth between here and my storage room because I am realizing. Also, do you guys want to see something funny? Hold on. Can I see it on the map? I think my copper golems finally froze. Because they show up on my map as two little creatures. They never show up on my map, but I think they froze. That's kind of what I was waiting for because I wanted to move them. If someone is here, it's Lynn. Okay, fair enough. Oh, is it Be Real time? Thank you for telling me. Oh my god, I had 30 seconds left. Guys, do you want to be on my Be Real? Say hi to Be Real, okay? You guys have 20 seconds. I'm waiting for a cup. I see all the highs coming in. Okay. I had like 5 seconds left, so I had to take it. You guys now all said hi to Be Real. Hey, Hollow, I see your Be Real. What a surprise. What a surprise. The other day, I was at my parents' house yesterday, and it was like Be Real time, and I said to my sisters, like, do you want to be on my Be Real? My sister looks like deadass looks at me. She goes, "Are you a boomer?" It's like, okay. Never mind, I guess. Okay. Well, you know what could be fun? How about instead of a shroom light, we actually put, or instead of a glow light, we put a shroom light on the top. I think so, Inflora. I don't know how to move it otherwise. Maybe you can put it in a boat or something, but what a hater. I know. But to be fair, she is my younger sister. She's 10 years younger than I am, so she is like certified to hate on everything I do because she thinks that it's only for old people. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that is kind of the role of a younger sister, specifically if they're that much younger. So, you know, I guess. Okay. So now we gotta put in the water. And I gotta decide how that water is gonna flow. And that, my friends, is going to be very painful because Minecraft, and like I said, Minecraft and water logic is not great. I'm actually seeing now that it might be better if I take these out. Because then the water might actually flow here on the sides. And I could also take these out so that the water will kind of flow through these holes, if that makes any sense. To like below. Do I like that? Then the water would be flowing there. No, I don't think I like that, actually. I don't think I would like it if the water goes there. I would like it more if the water actually goes down here. Like over the edge. But then we're just going to have to force that with a water bucket, which I think is okay. We can do that. I think Real is fun as well. I like it. I like it a lot. No worries. Never say sorry for being late, quote unquote, on a Twitch stream. There's no such thing as late on Twitch. You're always on time. But I hope you had a lovely time celebrating. I hope you had a great time. Okay, let's see what happens if we start putting water in here. The bottom is probably going to be relatively easy. Because we can just flood the stairs and then it should eventually just fill up. And I think maybe, yeah, that is now a full water source. That's great. Because then I can just start grabbing from here. Trying to figure out which one is not filled. So it looks like it's directional. It's not like flowing perfectly, but again, water logic in Minecraft. Do we have all of them? I think so. Okay, let's refill the water buckets that we have. So we can do the ones at the top as well. There we go. I never understood infinite water sources. Listen, as someone who plays Minecraft quite a lot at this point, I still don't fully understand infinite water sources and why they make sense. I just know, like, how they work, as in if you combine 3 pieces of water, eventually it makes an infinite water source. But the logic of it is lost on me. Just like the logic of this. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. See, now I even lost water. But it's okay. We're getting there. I am so confused with the top part. Like, how to get the water to flow correctly. But it's fine. We're just gonna fill it up. Why can I... What it... I do really like the glowstone in the water, by the way. I think it looks very cool. I love how you can sort of see the pattern in it all of a sudden. Because it slightly dims it. I think that looks very cool. I think that looks very nice. Okay, I think we have this one covered now too. And then what we want to do is we want to have... What? Oh my god, can I not? I was about to say, can I not place it on the outs? Okay, so that does not work. Do I have to place it on top of those stairs? Do not want to talk about the fact that I keep falling off. No, because then it also goes that way. Oh, God. Okay, so maybe actually the thing that I did before with making the holes might be the only way to get this to flow properly. Because I can't have the water just go down here. I think. Yeah, it will always go to the sides. Which, hold on, maybe. Just had a thought. If it always goes to the sides like that, just maybe it would work if we have the water coming from here. Nope. From here? Nope. Okay, so what if I break this one? Yeah, maybe that is our only option. I just don't know if I like it. I don't actually like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly change the upper part, I think, to have that one. Trying to figure out, because that doesn't look grand either. I don't know why it goes out so much. Oh my fucking God. How many times am I going to do it? The center. Yes, I did Star Powered Hero, and it does in fact not work. See, then it flows exactly the same, even if I place a block there, which I wouldn't necessarily expect. I don't get why that one has to go like that. Like, if this one would just flow down. I can't even stop that by placing blocks underneath it. It will still go here. Water is very weird in Minecraft, yeah. Which is very annoying, to be honest. Also, as soon as we remove these blocks, that is so strange. Look, now the water actually stays in that weird... Hold on. Does that mean that I can just manipulate it to go as I want? And then just remove the blocks? Because that doesn't always work, but... now it does! Also, Hector, welcome in. See? Okay, that is actually... That's perfect. I like that a lot. And also, I kind of like this. To give it a little bit of extra support here at the bottom, I think that looks nice. Okay, so where did I place that water block again? Oh, I just changed this corner to be straight, like, hello, like that. And then we place the blocks below here to change the course of the water. Wrong place. Yeah. Water logic in Minecraft, I don't think I'll ever fully get it, but I can work with this. I can work with the weird workaround to make it look good. Because after this, it looks the way we want. And then we're all good. And then we'll have a really pretty fountain. Which I'm actually excited for. I think it should also work if after changing the stairs, you place a block on the corner to stop the water and then remove it again. Ooh, we can try that. You mean like right now, place a block here and then remove it again? No, it still flows to the sides. That's okay. Oop. We're getting there. It's just a little tedious, but again, we don't have to do this many times. Once it's here, and then we have a good-looking fountain, and we're all good. And then we're gonna be happy. We're gonna be happy that we did this like slightly tedious task. Yeah, sometimes the water just needs to be flowing different. I agree. Sometimes it could it might as well have actually helped. That's the thing with the Minecraft water logic for me is like sometimes I can sort of play around with it and get it to work the way I want, just like I did with like placing those blocks. I kind of just figured out by trying, but the actual logic of it is super lost on me. But I felt a lot better about this problem and like me struggling with this when the other day I heard Tango complain about it as well. And I was like, okay, see, even the professional Minecrafters don't like it. Even the people that play Minecraft every day are like, oh, I don't want to work with water. It is annoying. It is just, it's not, technically it is consistent because it's like programmed to do a certain thing, but the certain thing doesn't feel consistent to me. I think this looks cool. I like it. Okay, and then we're going to have to do the... Oh, crap. I just realized that we might fuck this up again if we now try to do this on the upper level. Minecraft water logic is that there is no logic. Honestly, that's kind of what it feels like. Also, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. Do I like it if I add that to it? I think I might. Okay. Now, water-wise, I'm slightly tempted to actually place it on top of this and see if it flows correctly. It does, in fact, not flow correctly. However, no. I'm just gonna make it worse, Ro. Let's take it away. Did it fuck up? No, it did actually not fuck up. Interesting. Okay, so I guess then we add it here. Then it flows correctly. Of course, here the simplest solution is in fact the right one. Water, either the water is infinite or finite, but I won't tell you what it is. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Okay, but it works if we flow it this way. Now I wonder if I add an extra one. Yeah, that also works. Damn. Slay. That's actually looking really nice. I'm happy with that. Although I think I might still change out the light at the top here. Because I think what I want to do, and this is a risk, I might fuck up the water source again. No, we're good. I might place it there. And then I think what I want to do is I actually want to place like a stone fence on top of that to give it like a bit more of a pointy end. I don't know why I just broke my scaffolding, especially considering that I want to go back up there. I can just go back up by water stream now. How nice. Okay, I don't really want to walk to my stone cutter. I don't think I can make stone fences with... Can you make stone fences with the... I don't think you can. Or the walls, actually. I think you can only make them. Yeah, it is Schrodinger's cat. Exactly. Let's actually get a couple. And then I want to get... Pretty sure you can. I thought you could too, but I'm starting to doubt myself now. Let's actually take an end rod. Just out of curiosity. I need to desperately make some lanterns. I haven't done that in a good while. So I actually fully ran out of lanterns. And considering we have an iron farm, we might as well just turn all of this. There we go. 6 blocks horizontally. Interesting. Oh, 6 blocks. Wait, what do you mean 6 blocks horizontally? Was that recent? Relatively recent. I mean, it was before my holiday for sure. But I think like maybe 2 weeks before my holiday. Only, yeah, you can make the stone bricks, but I wanted to make the stone brick wall. No, you're all good, Jess. You're all good. Don't worry. I mean, it's. I'd much rather check. Because if you can, it would be nice. Oh, that is looking good. I'm really liking it. I am liking that for sure. Yeah, but I also had stone bricks, but that wasn't 6, of course. So I didn't try it with the stone bricks. And then I wanted to see what it would look like if I put an end rod at the top, if I like that, or if I would prefer it with a lantern. I think I prefer it with a lantern. I think the end rod is pretty cool, but it's the lighting of it obviously is really cold. And I feel like this entire part we've been working like with warm lights, so I think I might want to go for yeah, the lantern I think looks nicer. And I like the subtle shroom light in there. I think it's kind of cool. I'm debating if I should change that one to a shroom light now too. Or if I should actually change the shroom light to, I think I might have to change the shroom light to just a glow light. I like the shroom light, but I think it's distracting a little bit from the structure. And I'm really liking the glow light or the thing, what is it called? Glowstone in the water. Last time you didn't have an elytra. No, we went to fight the Ender Dragon mostly because I really wanted to get shulker boxes. Not even because I necessarily really wanted an elytra. I mean, it's convenient, of course. I'm not complaining, but I really mostly wanted to get shulker boxes because I wanted to move into this storage room. And I didn't want to move all my stuff without shulker boxes because I knew that was going to take a really long time. What was I coming to get here? Glowstone. Yeah, I was a little scared, but I did it. I only died once, which was a very silly reason that I died. It was right as I spawned into the end. I got dragon's breath on me, but like I was still on the obsidian platform, and I was trying to bridge over to to like the end island, and yeah, I kind of got stuck where I didn't really have anywhere to go but the void or just die from dragon's breath, which was rather unfortunate, but it was fine. Yeah, I think this looks better. I think it looks a little bit more consistent, which is nice. And then I like having the glowstones here as well. I still want to decorate, I think, with lanterns on the bottom here on the outside, because that's obviously going to help a lot with the lighting in the area as well. Okay, let's go up here to make sure that I have all my scaffolding. Do I? I think so, yeah. And then we can remove some of the torch spam. I like this. I think it's like it's a relatively simple fountain, but it doesn't feel out of proportion, I think, for this particular build. The only thing I'm doubting is if I want to do the bottom parts, if I want to do that with cobblestone stairs, specifically here, because I feel like the texture is really hard to see. Or maybe even smooth stone stairs could work as well. Hold on. I thought I had, yeah, I have some smooth stone in here. Or even just stone. Hold on, let me grab, I have all of those in here. We can just experiment. That would be smooth. That would be cobble. And then I need to actually, I think I can, you have smooth stone stairs, right? That exists. I have stone stairs. Can you only make stone stairs with, does smooth stone stairs not exist? Maybe it doesn't. I know you have the slabs because you use those for an armor stand, but thank you, Driz. I appreciate it. Yeah, you only have slabs. Okay. So those don't understand. Those don't understand exist. Thank you, Minilu. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm happy with how it's turning out. I think it's really nice. Although I'm debating if maybe the top should be one shorter. Maybe it's actually plenty if I just do one stone stairs or one stone fence and the lantern. I think that might look a little nicer, actually. I feel like it was a little high. Like, awkwardly tall. I'll sit on that for a little bit. Because now I feel like this is too short. I was like, I'll sit on that for a little bit. And I was like, no, I immediately see that this is too short. It's weird how you can, like, doubt something like that. What else do you want to add to the square? So I think around this, do you see where there's, like, a slight change in texture here? I think I want to do maybe over here. And over here, and over here, and over here. I want to do like one of those green beds and add like a bunch of flowers and stuff to it. Then the rest I want to texture a little bit more because right now it is very much like a gray blob and I want to use like, I don't know, stones and cobble and stuff to make it like a little bit more worn. And then what I would like to do is add like benches and maybe some more lamp poles, or I don't know, maybe like make a way sign that says like to the farm or something like that. Here I can imagine doing I don't know, like a cute like pergola or something like that. Like it has to really look like a coat. Or actually, you know what I want to do in this area, because we actually have quite some space here. What I want to do, sorry, I just needed to double check if that was not spawnable. I want to do like maybe 2 or 3 market stalls that you can kind of walk in between getting to my storage room. So that would be like from the farm and from like the iron farm or something. We could probably use those stalls as additional storage for my iron farm stuff, because this is actually producing a lot. And then over here on the docks, I want to do like crates and barrels and maybe like some logs that have rails over them, so it looks like they're packaged up and ready to ship off. And then on both of the docks, I'm going to do like small little boats in the water, not actually functional, but just like decorative boats. So it really looks like this is a hustling and bustling area where maybe like the farm produce, we can do maybe like a wagon that has hay on top of it that's being taken from the farm ready to be shipped off. Something like that is kind of the vision. I really see this part of my world being sort of like a functional small like working district for a town. So you would have your town hall that has like your iron supply, which is like partially sort of like a bank. You have your little house. We have like a hustling and bustling town square harbor kind of vibes. We have our farms, and like it all kind of comes together here on this square, and also with the storage room, like the warehouse kind of vibes. That's what I've been envisioning all this time. And then up here we're gonna do like a cool library build I actually found a pergola kind of vibes because we talked about this to like have something back here to have like maybe my enchanting setup not be in the library, but no, sorry, not my enchanting setup. My nether portal, have my nether portal sort of be in the hidden backyard. I found the perfect build. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. This is the first time that I found a build where I'm like, I actually would like to recreate it, which normally I really try to build from my own inspiration. All the builds in this world are like original designs. Sometimes they are inspired by something that I've seen, but I really try to give my own twist to it and really make it like my own color palette or like my own decoration. This one is the first time that I was like, I want exactly this build. Although I can still see myself adjusting it because I don't know if I want to exactly copy it. I might change the color scheme a little bit still, but I'm going to find it for you guys because I saved it because it was so good. It was genuinely such a brilliant design, and it was actually made to add your enchanting setup into it, but I felt like it would be perfect to add my nether portal into this. Look. Imagine having this and then your nether portal sitting in the middle. I want to have that behind my library. Also because it kind of fits with the farms. So if you look at this from the farms, it looks really cool. But if you look at this from the library, like in the backyard, it's like the pergola. I want this and then have my nether portal in it. Like, isn't that the cutest thing ever? Again, I have never, ever, ever wanted to really like one-on-one recreate a build, but this was the first time I saw it. I was like, I need this. It is so cute. Exactly. I was thinking probably change the color palette. I don't know if I would go for pink. I was thinking maybe mangrove, so like a darker flower, especially considering that the rooftop of my iron farm is also mangrove, so I could see it sort of bring that together. So have like a darker red flower, which then also would match with my barns back there. So that was an option. I do really like the cherry though. Like I haven't really done that much with cherry, and we do have a cherry grove like super close. Or I would have to wait to do this build until the wool update is in this game, which again, we are behind because it's modded. But obviously if we have the wool update with the cushions, we could do any color we wanted. You should drop the link in the Discord. I can share it. Hold on. I will post it just in the Minecraft chat, okay? Hold on. Actually have to open that. Okay. I posted it. I posted the link for you. You should be able to find it. Yeah, if you want to join the Discord, we do actually also have a Minecraft server with our community. So if you want to play with friends. But yeah, that's kind of the vibe. Also, I'm really loving how this is coming together. I'm just seeing now, like, what the town square is starting to look like. Now that we have all the stone in. It's really exactly like how I was hoping or envisioning. That is so cool. I love that. I'm very happy with how it's turning out. Okay, but I was working on deciding if I wanted to change those stairs. I need you guys' opinion. Do you like the smooth stairs? Do you like the cobbled stairs? Or do you just like this? Or do you think that maybe we need to change the stairs up there and not the ones up there? Like below. Because I feel like right here, because we have that additional indent, it actually looks really good, the support. But here it just looks a little bulky. This is smooth. This is cobble. This, haha, you guys are so funny. So helpful, thank you. Or with the stone. With like the stone bricks. Yeah, I don't think I'm debating. I think the cobble is too textured. Stone bricks? You guys just like the stone bricks as it was before? You don't think that looks too untextured? I feel like that becomes so bulky. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it actually it's just right and I'm making a problem of something that's not really a problem. That does sound like me, to be honest. The cobble adds a pinch of salt, but I do have to say I don't think I'm a fan of the cobble myself. I think it would have been either the smooth stone or the stone brick. I might sit with this for a little bit. I'll just leave it like this, and then I'll come back to it. I am quickly gonna dump all of the stone and stuff in this chest here. And then I think what I might do is actually go and get some stuff to do the greenery around it. Okay, I'll clean out that shroom lights. I can leave my lanterns in here because I'll probably need those again. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. I feel like it really gives Phantom vibes with this block. Cobble doesn't give me that. No, that is very true. I agree. I thought it looked bulky before, but after a few minutes really growing on you. Okay, but that's a good sign. I will very much take that. Maybe that's also something that is the case for me. It just needs to, like, I just need to let it sink in for a little bit and, like, get used to the look and feel. Also, this is where we have all of that deep slate. Let me actually put that away so that these are empty again, so that I can clean them out. Because it's, like, no work at all to just clean this out really quickly. Gravel over here. Gravel is really one of those things I have not used at all. And then there's going to come a time where I want to make concrete, and all of a sudden I'm going to not have enough gravel, even though I've been just saving up and hoarding. Thank you guys so much for helping me with that poll. Literally, I would not know what to do without you guys. Really? Like, I don't think I could ever make any decisions. Like, imagine if I didn't have my mods and my chat, I wouldn't have known that this was the option. Truly, life-changing. I can highly recommend it to everyone. Get yourself mods who like to make polls and a community that likes to vote on them. I don't think I could ever live without it anymore. Are you sure you can make decisions? No, actually, I think you guys need to decide that for me too. I was getting this. Let me see. Haha, I was getting this. Lol. Okay, we'll take the azalea because I think that's going to look very nice. And then, honestly, instead of grass, I'm just going to go for moss because I think that's going to give it a really rich green vibe, and I think that's going to be super lovely. And then later we can add the flowers. We're going to decide which flowers. I don't exactly know yet. Ooh. Okay, hold on. We have the 2. And then right now I think I might have to go 1 back. Otherwise, it's going to get too crammed in here, I think. Because here we have to choose 1, 2, 3, and then here. And then here it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that would be the same. That is not the right place. I need to see this from up high. No, I think it does actually have to be 1 wider. It's just looking a little too narrow. And I think if we do that on this side as well, I think it's gonna look... Oh. I don't think I made it wider just now. Did I? 1, 2. I think here it's still 3. Yeah, I did. Actually, not make it wider. Okay. Yeah, because then I think you still have plenty of space to like walk this way or walk this way. Hi, Pada. Welcome in. It is good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So then we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it goes here. Oop. 1, 2. There we go. You're okay. I'm happy to hear that. I'm doing good. Had a very lovely weekend. And I'm working on exciting things, so actually in a pretty good space. Hold on. 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. I actually don't like how close it gets over here, but I think if it's asymmetrical, wow, it's also going to bother me. So we're just going to have to see if I can live with this, if this is something that, like, for my brain is going to work eventually, or if I hate it and we need to change it. Does that make sense? I do like how symmetrical it is. And it is in the middle. It's just the square is not exactly squaring. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 1, 2. Oop. So I think we're going to have the same problem over here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's like getting really close to my iron farm. But I might still keep it. Like, honestly, maybe it can work. Maybe it can actually help me in figuring out, like, better pathing. I was thinking to make them smaller, but considering that I actually want to add flowers in here, I think it's going to look really weird if I make them one more narrow. Because the thing is, it's not necessarily the width. It's mostly, like... Hold on. Then they would be, like... There would only be one row in the middle. You could introduce other shapes. What do you mean with that? No, I think if I were to move them, I might actually just move them one inward. So this middle part is a little tighter. Triangles in the corners. You mean like, for example, moving this like this? Hold on. Now I feel like I just made it. That doesn't work on a diagonal, I think. Because I just made it one smaller now. In the corners between the big rectangles. Oh, you mean also add shapes here? You mean like even more shapes? No, I think that would be way too busy. I'm feeling like this is already really busy. If that makes any sense. No, I'm genuinely thinking that it might actually look better if I do them, if I move all of them inwards one. I think that's actually gonna feel more spacious on either side, which is weird because right now the middle part is actually effectively more spacious, but I think it's gonna look better. So then we have 1, 2, and then instead of being on the outer corner, we're gonna go on the inside. So that'd be 1, 2 on the inside. There we go. I think for some reason I have a feeling like this is gonna just make sense. Like everything's gonna look more proportionate. And maybe this is completely false. Maybe I'm just making this up. But sometimes 1 block difference is all it takes. So then we have 1, 2 inner corner. 1, 2 inner corner, yeah. One block is all it takes. I do not have them edited down as a series on YouTube, but I do have all of my streams that I have done in this world on my VODs channel in a playlist. If you type !VODs, you will get a link. I actually updated the look and feel of that channel today, or actually reorganized the playlist partially. I'm going to continue with that tomorrow. And one of the active playthroughs that you'll find directly when you open the page is this Forever World. However, I want to be upfront. I have played in this Forever World outside of stream as well, so not everything in this world will actually be in the VODs. For example, the build of that iron farm or my monster mob farm up there, all done outside of stream. That was before I even decided to stream this world. Because initially I didn't want to stream this world because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to play in it for myself anymore. So I decided to only stream it much later. So yeah. Liv! Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What the heck? That is already freaking 21 months. Thank you so much. No, this is not right, bro. Fire hazard? Well, good thing I don't have fire tick on. So I think we should be okay. How does it feel now to stream and play? I still have to allow it myself. Thomas! How sneaky! Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we have another Liv. Hello? Liv, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month. And thank you for calling all the Livs. Exactly. Thank you guys for starting up that hype train. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you, Hollow, for putting that in chat. There is my mod pack. Those are all the mods that I'm using in this world. You can either download it as a full mod pack, or you can check my website to see which exactly I'm using, so you can basically customize it if you want to not use all of them. Or if you're on a different version of Minecraft and not all of them are updated for that version. The shadow of that building just made it really hard to see. Yeah, that's correct. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I actually do feel like that feels better. I like it. I think that's good. I think that's good. So now we take the moss. And we're also going to change out some of those azalea leaves for the flowering azalea. And then I think maybe what I'm going to do is on the outside, I'm going to experiment either with signs or the new shelves. New, I keep calling them new. The shelves at this point have been around for quite a while, but they still feel new to me. As sort of like fencing around these bushes, I think that would look really nice. And what I also think I want to do, which is actually kind of perfect now that we're using the moss, is I want to have lighting in here, but I don't necessarily want the lighting to show. So we're just going to put glowstone and then moss carpet. You think it does look better? Thank you. I'm happy that you feel that way too. I'm happy that like you see what I see as well. That makes me happy. Chris, thank you so much for the biddies. Cheeky. Yeah, there is a hype train going on. You did see that, right? Thank you, thank you. The Photon Shader link is giving out errors. Yeah, unfortunately, I try to keep those links updated, but they change them so often. I just assume that when people know the title or the name of a shader, they can find it themselves as well. I kind of have this with all of my mod sites, also for my Stardew mods, also for my Sims mods. It is so annoying how often they change those links. It's really hard to keep up with. So I do my best, but thanks for letting me know. I'll definitely look into it. It's definitely good to know. There we go. Now it's like lit up. Actually, maybe I changed the placement a little bit. So that I can add 2 of them, because I think that might look even better if I add them like all the way on the edges. Red onion. What? Oh, you guys are having a conversation about onions again. So confused for a second. But I think this is actually gonna look really nice. Okay, let's change this to moss as well. And then we can just add some flowers in it. You know what would have been great though, and I don't have them. Sniffers. Because I love the sniffer flowers. Maybe that's gonna be a task for another day. Maybe that's some like a project that we gotta work on. We gotta get ourselves some sniffers. The thing is, I don't exactly know how to get sniffer eggs. Like I actually don't exactly know how it works. I know that like I've seen people do it, but it always confuses me a little bit. I know the sniffers are so cute, and the flowers they get are so pretty. Sir sniffs a lot. That is perfect, actually. I love that. Great name. I approve. You know what I think I might do too? I might actually add trees in these flower beds. Thank you guys so much for the hype train. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Something is not right here. That's not right. I was like, this is a straight line. This flower bed is on a diagonal. It's not supposed to have a straight line. Something else that I want to build, that we're probably going to build also in not too long, is a moss farm. Because I haven't used that much moss yet in the world, but we're getting to a point where I am starting to build with more moss, like exactly like this for decorative purposes. And I currently do not have a moss farm in this world. Make them breed? Yeah, so but first you need an egg. You can't actually find sniffers in the world. You need a sniffer egg. And I think you find it through the archaeology update, if I remember correctly. I have never used the archaeology update either, so, yeah. I know, like, half of the how-to, you know? That's... hold on. You do remember correctly. Oh, my goodness, look at me. I'm actually proud of myself for remembering that. I'm actually thinking we... do I have enough moss? I mean, we can eat... I do, in fact, not have enough moss. Moss is easy to make, but... from suspicious sand in warm ocean ruins. Yeah, see, and I don't really like going to those because there's a lot of drowned. Oh, I still have moss. Okay. Well, yeah, I need to keep that aside because I need at least one moss block to be able to make more moss. Obviously, I can just take it out of the build, but you need the brush. And then with the brush, you can go find suspicious sand. And then you brush the suspicious sand, and there is a chance that you potentially get a sniffer egg from it. But you can also get, like, the pottery shards, which I also would like to get. I've never actually done anything with the pottery shards, but I think they look really pretty. But I feel like that is definitely one of those updates that kind of just got lost on me. Like, it came out, and at the time, I wasn't playing actively, I think. And therefore it just, I don't know. I kind of just never really got into it. Okay, I'm just gonna remove my torch spam around this area to see if everything is lit up with those things. Okay, that one definitely, we're gonna need more lights eventually, but I think with this we get quite far. Yeah, this is all well lit up now. That is very nice. I think we definitely used plenty of lighting here. Okay, so now we have that. And then, like I said, I'm actually thinking a couple of things. I'm thinking. Ooh, still placed the torch. Didn't mean to do that. I want to add, I think, trees, because I think trees are going to make it really look. Yeah, June 2023. That's crazy. But that explains, because I was playing a lot of Minecraft, and that's right when Palea came out. So I switched, I guess. Let's get azalea. Let's get some bone meal. And then we're going to have to see if the azalea trees that spawn in are the ones that I'm going to like. Because I might have to chop them down a couple of times. Because you can have big and small azalea trees. And I don't want to have a super big one in here. Also, we don't have an actual middle block, which is also slightly frustrating. I think it's fine. See, that's a good azalea tree. Like, if we trim it a little bit here on the side, just take off, like, a little bit of these blocks that are overhanging too much, in my opinion. That one, too. Hold on. I'm really going to tower up with leaves. Wow. And I want to see what that looks like. Do I like that? No, I actually really do not. Oh. Oh, and I forgot that the azalea trees, trees. In fact, they don't work with my tree chopping mod. Okay, so I don't like the trees. We're not doing, or at least not those trees. Yeah, that's honestly, Aurora, I'm thinking custom trees. You know what the problem is with custom trees, though? Not very good at making them. So I think we're gonna need a tall, skinny tree. Not too tall, though. A little taller than the fountain, maybe, maximum. But with the archaeology update, you can't really stumble on it. That is true, Rose. Yeah, that's a really good point. But I'm not really good. Found out that I enjoy making custom trees. I think I might enjoy it, too. I've just not really done it because I feel like I'd be bad at it. Which, again, is very much an assumption because maybe I'm actually not bad at it. I've never tried. I think I've made a custom... No, that's not entirely true. I've made a custom tree once. I have made it... I've made a custom tree... No, twice. Wait, once? Twice? I remember doing it once, I think, in a world... Like, one of the first SMPs I was playing on. But I made a custom tree. Hold on. I just had a realization. Do you guys remember the fairy tale tree? How did I forget? Hold on. I'm actually now realizing that I'm low-key really proud of the one custom tree I've ever made. That is true, Charlotte. You have a good point there. Hold on. I'm going to find the custom tree in question. Because I kid you not, is one of the favorite trees I've ever done. I mean, I've ever only done that one, but still. It counts. This is Snow White. I think after the Snow White house, we go to that's Seven Dwarfs. Do we go to the custom tree after? Yeah. Hold on, I kind of have to show you guys the right pan up to it. Also, if you ever want to see the full tour, I built a fairy tale forest in Minecraft. So it was like inspired on the Efteling in the Netherlands. But it's basically like a really beautiful forest walk where you have like little sceneries of fairy tales, and there's like a book with an exempt from the fairy tale. And the tree that I built is actually the fairy tale tree. It's a tree in the Efteling. It's a theme park in the Netherlands that will actually tell you stories. And I was very proud of this. I'm gonna play it without sound though, but I was very proud of this build. Look, it's like it's supposed to have a face. Also called the Sprookjesboom. But I actually really love this tree. I was very happy with how it turned out. Like, it was supposed to look like really like an old, overgrown tree. I don't know, like that had grown wild for years. Oh, I love this build. I had so much fun making this. This is Tarzan's swing. This was really fun. Oh, good memories. Really good. That was from Girly Pop season 2. Oh my god, Thomas, that would have been phenomenal. That is so good. But yeah, if you guys ever want to watch the full tour, it is just on my YouTube. It is a video that I'm actually really, really proud of. I might actually just update the thumbnail for that video because I think that video could do better than it did. I'm not stopping stream. What makes you think I'm stopping stream? I was just showing something. I usually stream for about 3 hours. So we have some time to go. We have like 25 minutes to go. Okay, hold on. I was gonna do something. I was gonna look up. Like, is it weird to Google skinny Minecraft tree? I mean, actually, it's a good Google. Now I have to figure out what kind of custom tree I want, because a lot of skinny trees, quote unquote, would be pine trees, but that's not really the vibe that I think would work out. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I think updating thumbnails might be a good thing. And also I think I've learned a lot about making Minecraft thumbnails specifically since I posted that video, because that's like quite some time ago already. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save some images and I'm gonna show you guys to see, like, I've actually found one that I think would work really well. So I don't think I want to make it extremely detailed. Oh, this one's also very pretty. But I don't, that might be a little too tall. That is a pine tree. Hold on. Okay, I'll show you guys in a second. I'm giving interesting algorithm for sure. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I found exactly 2 designs that I think could work, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna like it. I found another one here. Okay, so the first one that I found is this one. It's basically like just an oak tree or an azalea, but instead of going really wide, it goes up. I think this could work. Simply because the rest of the square is also relatively simple. I think if I do something like this, I could definitely make it work. The other option that I saw was this one, but I think with this one, it works because the bottom of the stem is empty for quite a long time, and I think this is going to be too tall. I think this is going to look really out of place, specifically because we're technically in a flower forest. And for that reason, I think this one might work better than this one. I think this one is gonna, this would be really cool if you're doing a big forest design. And then I found these ones. But again, I think this might only work if you have like the stem for quite a long time. Like this could look like a Christmas tree if you make the stem a lot shorter. You could use a tall azalea one and then use fence blocks for the trunk to make it smaller. I think if you do fence at the bottom though, it's gonna look really sticky. Is that not gonna, like, literally like a stick? Is that not gonna look weird? Cypress trees would look really nice. Hold on, I'm gonna see if there's someone who's made a design. I think I know what you mean. Oh yeah, here's someone who's done like a design for that. Oh, they work with mud. I like this actually. They do work with fences here, but they work with the mud brick fence. This could look really nice actually. Especially if we work with both the azalea. I think this is a mix of azalea and oak. And I like how simple they are. I think that's kind of what I want. Is I want the trees to be relatively simple, and I like this design a lot. I might try to work with this. Good suggestion to look specifically for that tree type, because I think that is indeed what I sort of had envisioned. I might have to go make some mud. Or first, like, I think packed mud and then turn it into bricks. Because I don't have any mud. I don't even have a chest for mud. Or is there a fence on the picture? Yeah, the tree trunk was the fence. I know that was a bit hard to see, but the tree trunk was actually a fence. Or technically a wall. Not really a fence. It was a mud brick wall, to be very precise. But let me grab some glass bottles. Because you can just make mud. Which we could also go to a swamp to get it. But considering we're not going to need a lot, we might as well just make it right now. And then we make packed mud with the hay. And then at one point we're going to have to go to a swamp and just get a ridiculous amount of mud. But for now, I think this might just be the way to go. I'm just going to have to grab a bunch of mud blocks. And I actually only know that you can do this because I've seen Sid do it. So I'm not even entirely sure how this works. I just think it works. I'm pretty sure that you can do this. Again, not fully sure. So we're going to experiment. We're going to learn together. And then I think if you go... Look, I turned... Oh my god. Look at me knowing things about Minecraft. Like, I knew you could do that, but I wasn't entirely sure if you could. Because the last time I saw someone do this, it was heavily mudded. No. Modded. Heavily mudded Minecraft. It was heavily mudded. Sorry, that was really genuinely a brain glitch. That is so funny. Modded Minecraft. So I wasn't sure if it was a mod. I learned this was possible yesterday because it was False was doing this. I've also seen Gem do it, which is actually even funnier. If you... Okay, I'm going to show you guys because there's no way I can properly explain how silly it is. Getting a lot of glass bottles. Yeah, that takes a lot of work. So let's say you are in an ocean and you want to modify the ocean. You can actually modify the ocean But this is how you have to do it. I have once seen Green and Gem make an entire river mud this way. But like the dumbest thing is you're literally taking the water from the block and then you're adding it back and then wow, it's mud. Minecraft's like, if it comes from a bottle, I'll turn into mud. It's very picky. So yeah, in case you've ever wondered what the most brainless activity in Minecraft is, I think we got a good contender. But I thought it was very silly. But yeah, now we have a bunch of mud in the river. I guess that's not bad. I just thought it was very, very silly to see. And I think Gem even did it in an entire stream, which I respect. Because listen, that is a mind-numbing task. That would be perfect to do while you're listening to an audiobook. I think I finally found the task I can do if I were to listen to an audiobook. Exactly. Physics. Minecraft logic. Yes, I think it was Hermitcraft season 10 when she was doing the dredge inspired base. I mean, to be fair, it was very valid because it did end up looking a ton better with the mud. But yeah. Dirt plus wet is mud. Except from if the wet comes from the river. You first have to put it in a glass bottle and then put it back. Then it counts. Also, thank you, Esther, for the uptime reminder. I appreciate it. Okay, so then we have some wheat. And then we go here and we make packed mud. And with packed mud, we make mud bricks. And with mud bricks, we can make mud walls. There we go. Oh, that was an adventure. I know. Minecraft logic is very special. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, let's go to... And then maybe what we could do is we could actually do like 2 smaller ones in that one. Would that look weird if we don't make it super consistent? I don't know yet. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, so now I need the azalea leaves. But I definitely also need the regular oak leaves. I might even see if the mix between oak and spruce might look good because we already have azalea at the bottom. Speaking of, the one thing that I wanted to check, do we have a bunch of spruce shelves. We don't really have any signs. Apparently, I don't make signs. We have a bunch of birch signs, but I don't want to work with white, I think. I want to see if the shelves can make a good fence around it or if it's going to be too tall. And also... Oh... Yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh, it's on a diagonal. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It's on a diagonal, which is going to be hella annoying because we can't put like a proper... I was thinking to do sort of like a fence around it, but we can't really do that. Because if you put something here, you can't put something here anymore. Yeah, okay, so building on a diagonal, great job, bro. I mean, it looks good. It just makes our life a little bit more. It would look fancy, exactly. Exactly. Okay, we have oak. Oh, birch could be interesting. Hold on. I think the combination with those 3 is actually kind of nice. Or maybe even just birch and azalea? I feel like the oak is super saturated. I also feel like I need to sleep and see it in daylight. Because seeing it at night is really not showcasing the colors properly. What do you guys think? Right? The oak seems too green. Okay, that's what I was thinking. But I wasn't entirely sure if that was just me. Okay, let me get spruce because that is obviously very dark. But now I'm curious how it would mix in. Yeah, honestly, I think if I go these three. So we have spruce, azalea, and birch. And then we can try to actually go where like maybe one side of the tree has a little bit more azalea. So that's like where the sun is hitting it. Obviously, technically the sun is going to move. So that would change a little bit. But we can try to add like some shading. Okay, but then we have an interesting situation. I need to grow some spruce trees to get some spruce leaves. Because in a brilliant moment, actually threw away all my spruce leaves, or like I bone mealificated them. We could also do with some birch leaves and with some oak leaves, I think. Although oak leaves we do have enough, but birch leaves, spruce leaves, and it's never a bad idea to have more azalea either. So I'm gonna make a bunch of shears because shears is definitely a lot faster than trying to do it with silk touch pickaxe or axe, sorry. And we have an iron farm anyways, so just realized those need to go into my ender chest with my other emeralds so that I actually have them in the same place. Okay. This can go back here. I can put back those walls or those shelves because that's not going to work anyway, so I don't need to keep them in here and carry them around. Same goes for the glass bottles. I don't need them anymore. Also, I still need to fix the map to, like, actually lock it in. Keep forgetting that I need to do that. But I think it would be smart. Because I will, at one point, just forget about this, and then we're kind of screwed. I think what I might do for now... Hold on, let me grab a shulker. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with my inventory if I can just grab a shulker and put my shit in there. I'm just gonna put all the leaves in there. Let's actually move the mud brick walls and stuff like that in there too. We can put the dirt in there for now too. Because I actually need to grab a bunch of saplings then. So we needed spruce. We needed... We can grab the azalea saplings from the other chest. We needed birch. Okay. What do you mean? You always have at least 5 things in your inventory that are just in the way. Good point. Good point. Aww. That is very sweet that he made you something. That is very, very cute. I'm happy. Okay. Let's fly to what was once my tree farm. Which I actually cleared out, but we can still very much use it because it's already ruined anyways. Eventually I'm going to build a village here, but this is eventually is not right now. So we have time. There we go. And then we need to scaffold up there and get all the leaves. Don't know why I thought I was already there with the scaffolding because I wasn't even close. I normally think that spruce leaves are really ugly, but honestly, in combination with the other ones that we just used, I actually kind of like them. Yeah, bro, that was not great, huh? I thought I could make that jump, but the answer was obviously not. But this time, because you're happy, that is so fair. Let's just walk. I figured that it might be smarter to just go inside the tree at this point. And get all the leaves. Whee! It's crazy how fast the shears lose their lifespan. What is it? Duration. That's the word I was looking for, not lifespan. This is nice. We are getting a little bit of extra spruce wood from this. Not that I really needed any, but that's going to just save us some tree chopping later down the line. Might as well do it now. Is that the sun? You mean that thing? Yeah. Because it's Minecraft, so it's a block of light. I mean, we have a circle of light. So I guess in Minecraft, where everything's a block, it makes sense that it's a block of light. Can you reach it? No. Aw, because they taste really fresh. That is genuinely really sweet. I'm happy you got some food now. Oop. But yeah, you cannot reach the sun in Minecraft. I'm pretty sure. I've actually never tried, so maybe you can, and I'm just saying bullcrap right now. So if you can, feel free, anyone, to correct me. Yeah, maybe with mods, but I'm assuming the sun is way above build height. Like maximum build height. There are space mods? Wait, really? That's kind of cool. I don't think I knew that. At the same time, are we really surprised? Not really. That is cool, though. You could reach the moon in the April Fool's update. Wait, really? That's kind of legendary. I'm not gonna lie. I'm always sad I missed the April Fool's updates in Minecraft. But for some reason, for like the past few years, just haven't been able to play on that day for some reason. But I always watch all the videos and I'm so intrigued. Okay, I think we do have enough spruce leaves for now. So let's get some birch going. The challenge with birch is that it's actually a little annoying. Ooh, no. Because obviously birch trees don't grow that many leaves when you grow them. I might just put the wood in here. Oh, I even have more. Oh, we definitely have enough, I think. Should be fine. Would you ever try one block? I've thought about it. Not anytime soon, though. I think I might at one point. I think it would be fun. I think with one block, one of the core things that you really need to understand is like you really, really have to understand some core features of Minecraft and like how they work. I don't think I have the right knowledge just yet of a lot of things. People do really like one block videos. That is very true. True, Rose. True. They're special snapshots. What is one block? You literally start in... Well, actually, is one block always sky block? I think so. You start with one block in the sky, and then you break that block, and then that block gives you more blocks, and then you basically extend from there. Every, like, the block, so to say, has phases. So, as you start, you get, like, very basic things, but it can also sometimes spawn mobs. So it can be pretty dangerous. And obviously, you can't go mining. So you have to get, like, really creative with how you play the game and, like, how you use the game's mechanics to your advantage. I probably placed that one a bit too close. I know it worked. That is amazing, Rose. I love that. Both for beginners and advanced users. True, but I'm like in a weird in between where I've watched a lot of people play one block, so I know too many things, but I don't exactly know them. Does that make any sense? So I'd probably be frustrated. I'm like, I know something's possible. I just don't exactly know how to do it. Oh, I ran out of Bodemu. I was like, why am I placing torches? Also, we're going to have to move quickly and sleep because this area is very much not lit up and I don't want to get my ass blown up by a creeper. So let's just go back here because I have my bed right here. I really like flying up to this now, by the way. Seeing like the town square come together like this is... It's very rewarding to now fly here. It's also very rewarding to just be fly across instead of have to boat across because that was always a little slow. Okay. Let's de-leaf some birch trees. Oh. I got exactly one leaf and then that shears broke. Lol. Can I reach that? Yeah. There we go. Okay, those are a little too high for now. I'll get those later. This is nice, though, when we've done this and we can make some custom trees. I'm excited for that. That was another pair of shears. Like I said, they go out very fast. Thank you for the uptime reminder. I think what I might want to do is I might want to get the leaves, and I think I want to do at least one custom tree just so that we have an idea of what we're working with. And then I can either finish those custom trees off stream if I want to play just like leisurely, or we can finish it next week. What is that? Don't mind. Very sweet, but I don't want chocolate. I'm not in the mood for chocolate. I don't know why. But that just means more for you. Sorry, Charlotte. Did I put that in your head? I don't even remember with what I said how that would get into your head, but sure. I'll take it. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. Now I want to rewatch Shrek. Scott said okay. Yeah, but first we gotta finish Heated Rivalry. But that's just 2 more episodes, so. I bought the book. I bought the Heated Rivalry book. So now I want to read it. And then, okay, maybe this is really dumb that I did not know this, but now I'm kind of curious if you guys were aware of this. So obviously I know that Heated Rivalry like blew up, right? Like a lot of people excited for it, watching it, blah, blah, blah. I picked up the book and then on the cover it said like, really like such a staple in the hockey romance genre. And I was like, is that like a very specific, like, is that a whole genre then? And then I was with Lynn and Lynn was like, yeah, it is. I didn't realize. And then she showed me the table with that literally just contained all the hockey romance books. And it is crazy. But why is that such a genre? Like, it literally had more books than an average fantasy table. Did you just delete your own message, Hollow? I'm so confused. It says, Hollow Sun deleted Hollow Sun's message. I'm like, what? Get modded. Hollow's like, I never get modded. I want to get modded too. You have sports romance and then you have hockey romance. I was genuinely so intrigued by the fact that this is like a whole separate genre. truly never realized this. I mean, I love it, I guess, apparently. But I'm still a little confused. Like, why so specific? I mean, I guess in a lot of places, hockey is like such a big thing, like ice hockey. Because that's the thing. I come from the Netherlands. We don't really play ice hockey, which is funny because we are really good with ice skating, generally speaking. But we play field hockey, which is why we probably don't play hockey on ice. I don't know why those can't just happen both. And also why I guess we do have ice hockey teams. We're just really bad at it, I think, which is weird again because we're usually good at ice skating. Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, like, actually Dutchies are also known to be really good at field hockey. And we're really good on ice skate. But like somehow ice hockey, the combination doesn't work. True. Scott just said the people that play field hockey aren't necessarily the people that would play ice hockey. Because the hockey on ice obviously is a little bit more physically intense. As in, it's a little bit more harsh. Figure skating. Ooh. Like a romance book in that. Well, apparently that's a thing too. Exactly. You're either good on ice or at hockey. Never both. Hockey players doing warm-ups. I don't know. I guess there is a way different appeal to them compared to regular sports. I guess so. That just really intrigues me. I never thought of that. But again, it's not really a big thing here. So I guess in that sense, it just never really, I just never really clicked. It is funny how much more birch leaves we have in comparison to the wood. Okay, let's do a couple more azaleas. And then I think we definitely have enough leaves. Because then we're also running out of shears. And I think we do have some like stacks of azalea leaves already. So, the thing is, I do love to decorate with azalea leaves, so I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to get some extra. Okay, let's get my shears. Whee! This is very satisfying. Yeah, we're gonna have to get higher up though for some of these, but that's okay. Yeah, the violins in hockey apparently as well, but that's the thing. I feel like at least with the series adaptation of Heated Rivalry, they don't really put a lot of emphasis on that, which I think I'm happy about. Scott's like, that's actually kind of sad, and I'm like, I'm happy about it. Yeah, I heard a lot of things about that Hollow. I completely missed it. I have watched exactly 0 things from the World Cup this time around. But I heard that Argentina was being really weirdly aggressive. And that also the halftime show was weird. Oh, damn. They got 1 star in our papers. I love that you're talking English, but they cannot hear you, so... Apparently, there's one clip of a guy that's really bizarre. Oh, thank you for the self-care check. The France-England game was a lot more fun to watch. I've heard that was a very good... Like, a very goal-heavy game. Which I guess makes it very entertaining to watch as well. Like, stuff is actually happening. I I mean, they're not. Yeah, but I feel like if you have a game where it literally stays 0-0 all the way until like minute 117, those are just the very weird, boring soccer matches. Like nothing's happening. They just go back and forth all the time, but no one really does anything. Thomas, I did see that, and that also confused me a little bit. Like them having 0 shots at the goal. See, the thing is, I didn't actually watch anything of it, but somehow I still get all this info just dumped on me on all my timelines. You don't even have to watch the World Cup. The internet will just deliver all the info to you. Scott just said, that's why I never watched Star Wars. I don't think that's comparable. I don't think you can compare the World Cup to Star Wars. Just didn't manage to score. Yeah, I did see that Spain did get like a lot of tries, which at least that makes it a bit more interesting, right? Okay, we need to soon get out of here because the mobs might start spawning. So let's fly back. Let's sleep. And then let's get the final trees. And then let's build 1 custom tree. And then I think I am going to wrap it up. Because tomorrow we have yet another long day. With 2 streams. Co-working and gaming. Scott, Thomas agrees with you. He doesn't like Star Wars. Where is that guy with the trident? There. Oh my god. Do we kill him? I don't have my shield on me. Hold on. Need to get my shield. Because what if he drops the trident? We shouldn't die. Well, I mean, if we die, we can just go grab our stuff again. That's fine. Sleeping in the rain. My character is fine. I can just drop that right now. If he drops the trident, though, I can't pick it up. Oh my god, he's gonna despawn. Well, no, it's gonna be fine. Grab another shulker. So much crap. But at least we did get enough leaves for sure. That is good. Okay. Shield. Oh, he's right there. Come on, throw it. Well, that was anticlimactic. He dropped copper. I was hoping for trident. Sure, I go through all of this trouble for a freaking piece of copper. Oh, well. I guess you never know. If he does drop the trident, it's like so nice. Riptide trident to get myself in the air and that is very cool. Hold on. I think because of the influencers being a big part of this time around, the World Cup reached some places it never reached before. Like? As in genuine question. Okay. Let's go get those final trees and the shulker box over there. And then we can build our tree. Let's pick this one up. Yeah, but the thing is, I kind of wouldn't have minded not seeing anything of it. As in, I now kind of got it forced down my throat. Which is funny because this was the first year I was actually actively not watching it. All the years before, I have watched at least one match of the Netherlands. And this year, I was somehow more updated with the entirety of the World Cup without even wanting to.
Forcing it down our throats.
Yeah. But I'm not a soccer girly, not at all. I'm like the opposite of a soccer girly. I couldn't care less about it. That's exactly your point. Yeah, but I don't see the positivity in that. As it reached more people, but I don't think it actually made more people interested. Does that make sense? So yeah, on paper, more people saw the numbers, but I don't think it necessarily resulted in more people being actually invested into the World Cup. I'm making such a mess of all these shulker boxes everywhere. At this point, it is truly I watched it because see, I saw a lot of Haaland memes. A lot. Yeah, there were a lot more countries in it. I think that also definitely helped. Though most of what I heard was about the racism of certain politicians about French players. Oh God. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I didn't really want to watch it, because I heard some not so great stuff. That's an understatement. In everything leading up to it, of like people not being let into the US, and just it was a whole debacle. And I don't know. As someone who's already not really invested into it, I was like, you know what, I can easily miss it. But yeah, I guess like in that way, obviously social media is a lot more involved, so it just gets out more. But I don't necessarily think that's a positive thing. I don't know. But maybe that's just me. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out how to do this tree. Listen, Charlotte. When I saw that, I was like, am I even surprised? Okay, I don't exactly know where to start, so we're just gonna start with one block. Yeah, exactly, Charlie. It's I don't know, a lot of not so great stuff. Ooh, no, I didn't mean to place that there. I was gonna place another. Okay. I think maybe what I'll just do is I'll first start with deciding this tree in like terms of height. Wait. I think that's about like the widest we're gonna go. And then this is gonna be the shadow side. Okay, hold on. I need to move my scaffolding to this side now. When speaking to players from the other teams, because before players could have used that to hide saying nasty racist shit. Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised. That is a thing they needed to actually figure out how to prevent and make a rule for it. Okay. I think this actually needs to be birch. Oh, we were talking about football and the World Cup. Um, I feel like we need something there. Mm. Hold on. Where did I see that I wanted to add something? Yeah, it was on top of there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you so much, Kyle. I hope you have some really good sleeps. That is not the right leaf. I need to use that one. Okay. I feel like these two I added earlier, I actually don't like. I do like the tree though. It's like very simple. But I like it. Yes, I will definitely add some benches. We're gonna do like small decor and stuff as well. So we'll have some benches and like some bins and stuff like that. To really make it look like a town square. We're gonna have a little market stall. So we're gonna like my vision right now is to have like a little market here. To have maybe 3 or 4 little market stalls. And to I think I don't know, maybe have like some benches or like a nice seating area over here. Because this is right where you like arrive from the docks basically. We would probably be able to do something similar over here. Maybe have like a obviously we need to keep this free because this is where another path is going to go. Like we're going to go up here. But I guess maybe here on the side we can add some benches and stuff like that. Some smaller like flower beds maybe even because obviously these are bigger flower beds. Like this is quite tall, but we can also do something where it's very simple, just like small or something. Like I'm just gonna add like a whole bunch of details. But I was kind of deciding whether I wanted to use the custom trees earlier, but I think it was a good design, a good decision. Because I think if we have the trees here, it is really gonna bring that square together. And here we can do like a taller one and a smaller one. Here we can do maybe even a taller one, so it kind of. Or we can do a shorter one here, actually, so it doesn't block the build too much. And it shows, like, so it blocks the build, but I was like, why would I block the build? Because I like it. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with the progress we made today. Yeah, lots of kitties. I have my villager trading hall underneath this hill. So there's a lot of villagers there, which means that, and also here we have an iron golem that continuously spawns. So we have iron golems, zombies, and villagers, and that just somehow magically spawns so many cats. But honestly, the whole area with like the dock and this, and then I think genuinely, I think it might look cool if we continue the stone all the way up here. So that's this comes because like a proper path. We can add maybe like trees that kind of line it or something. So we have like a cool walkway up to our storage. I think that might be really cool. I know I'm very happy with how it's starting to look at night. Everything looks very whimsical. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Kyle, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. How was your stream? I hope you had a lovely, lovely time. Thank you for coming over. I appreciate it lots. I am going to be completely honest. We were also wrapping up stream. So I just want to be upfront about that. We were just doing a little final check of what we have been building today. But thank you for coming over. I hope you had a lovely stream. I would love to hear what you were up to still. And if you want to go on a cheeky little double raid, you guys are obviously very welcome to join us as well. But I hope you're doing very well. Also, That is the most cat-like behavior ever. I was playing DBD, but it was annoying me, so I went to Pal World. Sometimes we just gotta switch games. Honestly, I totally get that. I've definitely been there where I was playing a game and I was just not vibing with it. So good on you for just switching to something that you enjoyed more. And I hope you can get some rest after your stream. You get to relax a little bit. Um, like I said, we were just checking what I have built today. This is my forever world. I've been working on this world now for 564 in-game days, and we are working on a town square that is kind of connecting a lot of the buildings that I've made on my starter island. That's my actual starter home. That's my mine shaft, although that still looks very ugly, so we ignore that. This is my iron farm, my storage room. This is where I actually have all my farm buildings with some automated farms as well. And like I said, we were just working on the town square. We were just trying to figure out some of the layout. Today, we actually build the fountain and these flower beds. I finished adding all the stone because I hadn't done that just yet. And something that we've been working on recently is really transforming this area. This used to just be one big grass field, which made it look really weird. When you arrived on my little starter base, it was like, here is a collection of random buildings that are just on like a grass island. So we did a huge terraforming project because eventually there's going to be a building on top of this as well. But this hill looked really strange. So we terraformed all of that. And yeah, we've basically just been working into turning this world into a very cozy space. I've been working on this world since somewhere last year, August, I think. And I am all about taking it very slow. We're just vibing. We're just making nice designs and making it look good. I have fought the Ender Dragon quite recently, so we now finally have wings, which is a good start. But there's a lot of biomes that I haven't properly explored. There's a lot of things that we haven't done yet, so we're just taking it one step at a time. But I'm very happy with how this is progressing. I'm really liking like walking up to this and little fountain. I think once we have more decorations and all of this is really going to come to life, and that is very exciting to me. But yeah, like I said, I think I am going to wrap it up here as well, because I already went like 25 minutes over my regular stream time because I was just having so much fun. But I do think that I need to wrap it up for now. So I'm going to see who we can raid. I'm going to save and quit to title. We will be back to this world next week on Monday. It is very safe to assume that most Mondays will be Minecraft Mondays because I just feel like that rolls off the tongue. And very often on Monday, I am very much in the mood to play Minecraft. It also gives me some opportunity to, if I ever want to do like a really big build or something, to prep a little bit, like on the weekends and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to see who all is live, who we can raid. I mean, there is a whole bunch of people, as always, playing Minecraft. So I'm just going to do a little check if there is someone that I would like to raid. I mean, there's always good people. Let me see what this person is up to. How about we go raid into Girly Pop SMP? And we go right into someone who is apparently starting a war with another kingdom or multiple kingdoms. Literally, this is the person I'm looking at. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. So Eleanor indeed has in her title, Bobby Mac blew up everything and now everyone hates us. Which sounds great, and she's actually playing with Bobby Mac, so I think this is gonna be good vibes. So let's actually go over there. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for vibing today. I appreciate it lots. I hope you guys had a cozy time. I definitely did. I will be back tomorrow with co-working during the day. We're doing 7 Pommos, and then in the evening we are playing Town to City. I'm very excited to continue with our Town to City campaign because we just started working on the tourism town, and we finally got like some proper hotels and things. And also there is actually an update that dropped today that is called the construction update, and they've added like a whole bunch of decor that's like construction decor, which I think could be really fun. So yeah, if you guys want to come hang out tomorrow, we're gonna be playing that. Otherwise I have some gaming on Wednesday morning. We're gonna be playing Palia. or some co-working on Thursday. We're going to do a Pomos, or some gaming on Friday. Then we'll be playing Stardew. So there's actually lots of fun things on the schedule this week. Esther just posted all of my links in chat. So if you're hanging out here and you would like to join our Discord, where you can find my schedule, including times in your own time zone, as well as details about the stream. If you want to follow me on any of my other socials, I'm mostly active on Instagram. You can check out my YouTube, which is where I post my cozy gaming content, or check out my VOD channel, which for now just includes my stream VODs, but is going to include a bit more in the future, because I'm working on that more tomorrow, like a little overhaul of my YouTube channels. And yeah, all of the links were just posted in chat. Feel free to check them out. If you're going to come along on this raid, we do have some raid messages. We have ones with emotes that you can use if you're subbed to the channel. If you're not subbed to the channel, we also have ones with regular emojis that you can copy pasta. And we're going to go say hi to Eleanor. Eleanor is absolutely wonderful. Eleanor also does a combination of co-working and gaming, but she does it on 2 separate channels. And she's currently trying to survive. I think she's trying to run for her life in the middle of the night, somewhere out in the open. So if she is stressed when we raid in, that might be why. That might be why. But let me copy pasta that raid message myself as well. I'll set up the raid on the end screen. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.